Yes, people. Welcome back to another edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube, brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. I start each and every show on the channel, every live, whether it's the YouTube or whether it is the Twitch. Big up to everybody who is supporting Sarcasm City TV in whatever capacity. It's much appreciated, and it does not go unnoticed in it. So big up to everyone who is supporting Sarcasm City TV. Please make sure, whether you're watching this live right now or you are watching this back, hit the like button on the video. Make sure you hit the like button on the video. Vitally important you do that as soon as you land. Make sure you share it across all the socials as well. Click that share button, share it to all them social media apps you are active on: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Share it to your WhatsApp status, a WhatsApp group, Snapchat, wherever else, or just go to my Twitter or Instagram. That's me, Flawless. That's me, Flawless. You should be following me on Twitter anyway and following me on the gram, and you can retweet and like from my Twitter and follow from the Instagram. And don't forget as well, subscribe to the channel, people. Sarcasm City TV, road to 4K. Make sure you hit the notification bell when you do. Make sure you hit the notification bell when you subscribe, and make sure you check out the upcoming live stream schedule and you hit the notification bell on all the individual videos, because sometimes when we go live on YouTube, it does not send you a notification. Sometimes I don't get a notification and I'm subscribed. So make sure you do that. It is road to 4K, people. And it is the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. So for those that are regular watchers of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, they know exactly what is going on with the show. For those that don't know, the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, you lot in the comments run the show. So you lot in the comments get to ask us ask me on this show any question, any sport in question, past or present. So any sport, past or present. So it can be football, it can be boxing, it can be basketball, it can be cricket, any sport, past or present. And also don't forget members' comments. So if you are a member of the channel, link for that is underneath in the description. They take priority like a super chat. So I see Dan there. So if you see me go into the same names, I'm not ignoring you. So to get priority on the Q&As, either become a member or super chat. Well, big up to the mods and everybody else supporting, like Stephen here, who rejoined as a member. Legit. Stephen here rejoined S Feetly TV, became a YouTube member. Link for that is underneath in the description. Big up to Praneet, says big up. Deluded Chelsea fan says Eleanor come outside. Eleanor is not here. I don't know who will be joining. I am unsure as to who will be joining, people, so I don't know. Big up to my guy Cam every time, says man's gone live and started editing my G. Yeah, fam, you already know, man. You know what I'm saying? And that you already know you gotta let the crowd build up. Big up Flawless. Did you see the new Puma logo? No, I didn't. Cam said, where's my favorite Spurs fan? I presume he's talking about Eleanor. In it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm presuming so. Big up to Dan. Says, big up Flawless. What happened to the Villa stream? You missed a cracking match. I did watch it. I was just busy. That's why I put the tweet out. I put it out on my gram. So my apologies. You didn't get a watch along today. I was legit busy, people. Trying to do many things at once. So anytime you don't see me here, it's not me being lazy in it. I was legit trying to sort some stuff out. But that's why you'll get the Q&A. Don't worry, you get all the shows on Thursday. You get all the shows on Friday. And over the weekend, you'll get the watch-alongs as well. And then next week, you're getting Champions League watch-alongs galore. You'll get I promise you lot that in it. And it was a great game, though. Big up to Robert as well for the super chat. Says, big up to you, Flawless. Got work, so rewatch to Moz. Salute for the super chat. And see there how I went to Dan. That's the question of, like, Dan will take priority and Robert will take priority there with the super chats in it. But get your questions in, people. And as you can see from the title, people have already mentioned Spurs. Tottenham lose late to Southampton. And it was a typical Spurs fashion to me. In typical Spurs fashion. Didn't surprise me one bit. It wasn't a shock. Are Manchester United a great side? No. Are we a very good side? No. But we do have X factors. I've said this after the window, and it was after the Middlesbrough game. I said Manchester United season depends on numbers 19, number 6, and number 25. Number 19, number 6, and number 25 will carry Manchester United as far as much success. If we have any success, it'll be on those 3. It's all on their form and fitness. Yes, we have other players, but number 6, number 24. Oh, no, let me start that again. Number 19, number 6, and number 25. Simple as that. Get your questions in. Don't forget, if you are a member, you do take priority. So this is your chance to get your questions in. You and Statman Baines' arguments are fire. Yeah, man, Baines is my guy, in it. Look, and he here. Look at him. Bozo, this guy. He's still mad because he's upset from before. which Champions League games you getting? You're gonna get the United. You'll get the all English games, PSG, Real Madrid, and I can't remember the other one. I'm gonna pull up the fixtures. That's actually a good question. But I've just named 5 of the ones you get. So all English ties 4. You get PSG, Real Madrid, which is 5. And I'll tell you right now. Give me a second. Unless there's a big vote on the channel and you lot are like, nah, we want another one. Oh no, you get the all English tie. I tell a lie. I lied. It's like I lied. You'll get, so you're gonna get PSG, Real Madrid, and then you'll get Inter versus Liverpool. That's next week Tuesday, next week Wednesday, and then the week after that you'll get Chelsea versus Lille, and then you will get Atletico Madrid versus Manchester United. So they're the ties you will get, people. So PSG, Real Madrid, and Inter Milan versus Liverpool next week. And then the week after, you will get Chelsea versus Lille and Atletico Madrid versus Manchester United. Now, the second legs, I'm looking to do them same 4 games. However, say PSG or Real Madrid are 4-0 up and the tie is dead and Sporting City is looking alive, I'll switch it around. And that goes for the Inter, Liverpool, Salzburg, Bayern, Chelsea, Lille, Villarreal, Juventus. I'll do the United game regardless. No, I didn't see Ronnie's Insta live an hours ago. What did he say? Yeah, Camille, you talking about that? I thought they legit changed it. Yeah, you wilding with that. Yeah, Bainesy always in smoke. Spurs and Man United in the mud this week. Flawless walk for these 2 teams, bro. I don't think we're in the mud. People are well overreacting. I don't think we're in the mud. Nah, so far, apart from West Ham, who gained on us, we took a point. We've got a point more this week out of this week than Spurs. Like, we put in a good performance, we just didn't take our chances. Like, I have no qualms for that. I wouldn't say we're in the mud. And then when you lot lose today, yeah, I'm saying it's not really that deep. That's why I said, you know what I'm saying, this guy is a joker. What a name. That's why I said it's all fun and games till those numbers. That's why I said the form and fitness of those 3 players. It's the form and fitness of numbers 19, number 6, and number 25. If they get injured, our season's over. Simple as that. We scammed the club into buying Andreas Pereira on a permanent deal. It's not the worst of times. Who signed him? Big up Flawless, bro. Spurs are real shit. There's no reason we shouldn't comfortably finish top 4. Not comfortably, but I'm still confident we finish top 4. United are playing on Tuesday. I don't care, Bainesy. I'm probably still going to do PSG, Real Madrid. Probably do PSG, Real Madrid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather watch PSG Real Madrid. Big up to my guy Deviant as well. Says big up, bro. He's also a member of the channel as well. Large up my guy Deviant every time. Flamengo bought him. Big up to Cam. Who says, look at man, why you sending shots at my team, fam? I ain't even sending shots. I'm just saying Spurs lose, Arsenal lose, Manchester United draw. We gained a point on both of you, man. The only one who gained on us was West Ham. So it's not that bad of a week. Now, if Spurs would have won and you lot win and West Ham win, that is a different conversation. That is. And the next 2-3 games between the 3 Wolves, Arsenal, Spurs will drop points. The race is super open. Oh, is it? I didn't even know that. Shout out to Dan. Obviously, he's got a keen eye on that as well because Wolves are trying to sneak in the back door for the top 4. That rhymed on accident, people. You know what I'm saying? I promise you, I rhyme better than that. You know what I'm saying? I promise you. Even a Poch hype, fam. I want to see Poch versus Ancelotti. I'm trying to see Benzema. I'm trying to see Vinicius Jr. I'm trying to see Modric, Cruz, Mbappe, Neymar, Messi. Why would I not want to see that tie? You crazy? If you'd rather watch Brighton, I don't know what to tell you in it. If you'd rather watch United Brighton over PSG Real Madrid, I don't know. In terms of that's the glamour tie of the round. I'm saying that even though United have played well the past couple of games, I'm tired, man. I'm tired. I'm gonna do PSG Real Madrid. Oh, he don't know how to use Insta. Okay. But yeah, what you said, Dan, is interesting still. It is going to be super wide open. Someone asked me as well, who do you think is winning versus PSG or Real Madrid? PSG. I favored PSG before the Benzema injury. Someone in the comments let me know. I don't know if Benzema is back, but there's just too many facts. The fact the second leg is at the Bernabeu, I think, favors PSG because there's so many players there with a point to prove. Messi is Mr. Barcelona. Like, what better way to endear himself to the Barcelona faithful even more so than knocking out Real Madrid in the Champions League on their home patch. Neymar is ex-Barcelona. with a massive point to prove. Mbappe looks like it's going Real Madrid. So what better way to introduce yourself to the Real Madrid faithful? That's free right there. Di Maria's ex-Barcelona. Sergio Ramos is Mr. Real Madrid. Like, there's what's it called in it? There's too many. I think there's too many X factors, and one of those players I believe that I named is just gonna have a sensational game. I can see it. Like, I can see Messi turning up, or Neymar, or Mbappe. That's why I didn't want PSG, because when you have 3 players of that caliber, they can win a tie for you in an instant. It takes us a good 40 it takes us a good 25 minutes from one of those 3 or any combination of those 3, all 3 or 2 out of 3 of them. And they can kill any tie dead against any team in Europe. Any team. Big up to Steven. Says, big up Flawless. Hope you're well, bro. I'm blessed. I hope you're good too. Where else we got? Statman watch both games, says Abdi. That's a shout. Bainsy, if you're watching United Brighton, do your thing, fam. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. I know away goals anymore, so I don't know if which leg out home matters. Nah, it matters in terms of not the away goals, in terms of you want the home leg in front of your own fans. If you would give every single team that is now in the last 16 in the draw right now, in the last 16, and said you have home games to get through, you have all home games, everyone fancies their chances. Of course you would. Like Real Madrid, if they go there, even if they get a 0-0 draw, say it's a 0-0 draw away at PSG, they'll fancy their chances being PSG at home, and they'll fancy their chances against anyone. I think PSG are the same. I think all the English sides are the same, probably bar Manchester United, and I think Bayern Munich are the same as well. So that's why. See, look at this guy getting his C1 getting his agenda in already. Joker. Guy's a joker. Big up to Marshall. Reminding me I ain't shit. Appreciate it. With this no away goals rule now, do you think that'll change the dynamic of matches? For example, can't hold out when it's 1-1. It definitely takes the incentive away from attacking teams. We're gonna see teams away from home be much more pragmatic, potentially. Definitely, potentially. Whereas getting an away goal, and Devian, you know this because we, you know what I'm saying, we from the same generation, how important that is to go away from home and get a goal. Even if you lost the game but lost 3-2, you'd be like, that's 2 away goals. That's a better result for us than it is for them. Now, what's the incentive? Like, what is the incentive? What is it? Like, there's less incentive. Like 1-1, it's like you probably go, you get a more open game. If it's 1-1, 20 minutes to go, the home team's trying to win in the first leg at home in front of their own fans, and the away team is trying to get one up on the home team. So I hate the fact they took it away. They should have never taken away the away goal. Stupidness. You Flawless, you'd be right if Messi wasn't washed, but the brother hasn't scored against Real Madrid in 4 years. I guarantee you he breaks that duck. Whether PSG go through or not, he'll break that duck. It's a record in that. Like I said, one-off games. And I like how you picked out Messi. Like I said, just Messi. Like, don't do that. Like, I picked 4 players. I said him. I said 5. I said him. I said Mbappe. I said Neymar. I said Di Maria. I said Ramos. I throw Verratti in the mix as well. That's 6. That's 6 players who can have massive impact on this game, washed or not, whatever level you think they are. Same with Ronaldo. Ronaldo can still have impact in games. Is he what he once was? No. But can Ronaldo still impact games? Absolutely. Messi breaks that duck. Big up to you as well, man. C1 every time. Do I think PSG have a balance? What do you mean here? Yo, Bainsy, shut the fuck up. How about that for rudeness? Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Shut up. What else we got? Where else we at? Right, Matty South is not having it. Says, Flawless, bro, we are getting pammed by Southampton on Saturday, man. We're done. We're not done. This is an overreaction. It's not that bad. We weren't done. We was very bad against Burnley in the second half. Very good in the first half. We was pretty good against Middlesbrough for the most of the game. We just couldn't finish. Those games happen. The performances, aside from the finishing, that was the only issue. I had no issue with the Burnley performance in the first half, apart from putting the ball in the back of the net. And the second half was awful. But we're starting to have more controls of games than that. You know what I'm saying? Or was it my bad, Bainsy? I thought you was going at me. You know what I'm saying? But show up anyway, just because I feel like it. It is what it is. Nah, because Bainesy's always attacking me. That's his fault. Bainesy's always going at me and that. Oh, right. He was. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he was just calling me a bozo and that. My apologies, Bainesy, even though it's your fault. But yeah, we played well against Middlesbrough and we played well against Burnley in parts. Yes. Like I said, first half against Burnley, fine. Second half, awful. Most of the game against Middlesbrough, we were good. So we're starting to improve. So I don't think we'll get packed by Southampton. Not in the slightest. Did you see their performance against a good Spurs, bro? They dominated them. Spurs are not a good side. Let's dispel this myth. They have a very good manager, but Spurs are not a good side. I think I looked at the stats at one point, and Spurs had 2 shots and Southampton had 14 or something. Like, this is, no. Like, nah. Yeah, you only backed me because you were sending for Ronaldo. Don't act like you backed me. It's because he was sending for Ronaldo. Don't do that, Bainesy. Don't do that. He never backs me. You know what I'm saying? You're a joker. You know what I'm saying? Bainesy, because that's why I mock Bainesy, because he does this dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Acting like he backed me. No, I was backing Ronaldo, and he was like, I'm going to get on this. Let me say something bad about Ronaldo. He's not having it. Yeah, but Spurs are not a good side. Just putting that out there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get them first home games that end 1-1, and then there's no fire in the away team to keep a clean sheet to go through an away goal. So this means extra time then. Yeah, potentially deviant. Yeah. I think they've just messed it up. That was one good thing about the Champions League was the away goals. It's a signal when you go out on it, and it's great when you go through on it. Now he was sending for you, said you have flaws. It was that comment. I apologize, Bainesy. I have to apologize then. My apologies. Even though Marshall says that all the time, he's just running jokes. Don't worry about it. He's got Bulbasaur in his Avi, fam. Don't worry about it, man. This guy picked a terrible Pokemon. But here we are. We all know it's about Squirtle or Charmander. Or we move. But I apologize to you. Yo, Flawless, if Broja cooks Champions League Varane, you might are getting cooked. Nobody's cooking Varane. Varane is uncookable. Who's cooked Varane this season? Nobody's cooked Varane this season. Because if there was, the compilation would still be doing the rounds. Everybody was talking rubbish about, Varane, the likes of Ryan, he's overrated. He can't do it without Ramos and all this. Varane's a quality defender, and he's showing that. Like, I'm not saying no one can't get past him, but there's no one who's consistently got the better of him in a game. He's made one mistake all season for a goal. Yeah. Unban him for a minute. Marshall's cool in it. Unban him in it. Yeah. I appreciate it, though. Would Newcastle survive given their signings? It's definitely a probability, because I do like the players they have signed. And then I look at Everton with Lampard. You got Watford in the mix. You got Burnley in the mix. You got Norwich in the mix. I don't think Brentford are clear. I don't think Leeds are clear either. So Newcastle, did they survive? Yeah, probably. Yeah. Look at this, Bainesy. You see how your man them try to do you day, and this is your guy, you know. This is your guy. Say no more, Flawless. You sleeping on my Diego Costa region, then you'll be shocked on Saturday. I ain't gonna be shocked. I'm gonna calm and watch it and see Varane do Varane things. Like, nobody's cooked him. But no one wants to talk about that, because there was hella smack talk on Varane's name when he landed. Not physical enough, can't do it in the Premier League. He's not made for the Premier League. Ramos held his hand. He's not good enough. That's why Real Madrid are look at. That's why Real Madrid, what's it called? Let him go. No, he's fine. No one's talking about it. Everyone wants to sweep it under the rug. All these Varane haters went inside. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Marshall, Bainesy just didn't know it's calm. You know what I'm saying? I knew. He just didn't know, and it's calm. Yeah, like, nobody's talking about it now. Everybody quiet now. I said Varane would be fine because Varane's quality. Like, I didn't understand where the disrespect came, or he wasn't the same at Real Madrid in the past couple of seasons. He's still good enough for the Premier League. Like, let's not act like the Premier League is filled with quality centre forwards. Quality centre backs is not. Varane's one of the best centre backs in the league, and has been one of the better performing centre backs in the league. The only thing that's cost him in terms of where you can rate him is because of his injuries. But when he's played, he's been calm. Yeah, Cam's, you're that guy. Continue to get your questions in as well. And share this as well. Let's get as many numbers in here as possible. Don't forget, members take priority and super chats take priority as well. Flawless thoughts on West Ham moving sneaky and now in top 4. Can see them continuing the momentum. They're in the race. Do I believe they're good enough to finish top 4? No, but they currently sit 4th and they're fully in the race. Good manager, decent side, have every chance. And when you have goals, when you have your Antonios and you have Bowen and you've got Soucek and you've got Rice and you've got that system that Moyes has in place, it's the Everton system. It's works. We've seen him finish top 4 with Everton in the past. For those that don't know, when Moyes managed Everton, this was his blueprint. And you can literally pick the players. Me, JV, and Stroll did it and from a third eye view a few months back. And you can literally see, for those that are old enough to remember his Everton side, it's the same model. It's the same model. If you look at the players he has, the profile is the same. If you look at Cresswell, that is just his Leighton Baines. Kufal, Tony Hibbert. Ogbonna, Yobo. Soucek, Fellaini. The model's the same. Antonio, Yakubu. Bowen, Steve McFadden. When he had Lingard, Stephen Pienaar. Rice, Arteta. The list goes on. Look, I just named 7. That's near enough an 11 I just named. And I bet if I keep going, I'll name more. Like, because I don't know the West Ham squad like that. But I bet if I run through the 11, there'll be more. And I forgot the Everton side so long ago. My point is, we've seen his profile before, and he's just doing it again. Like, Bowen is legit McFadden. Like, I'm not saying certain players aren't better than others. I'm saying the profile is the same. So, yeah, West Ham in with a shout. Yeah, again, see, look, people misinterpreting what I'm saying. I never said Rice is not clear of Arteta. I said the profile is similar. Never said anything about levels. Profile. Do you think Wolves beat Arsenal tomorrow? Absolutely. Yeah. They're definitely favourites for that. If Arsenal win that game, it's a shock. I don't know if I should like this video with the way you came for me. Always the victim. It's never your fault. Yeah, man, the comparisons are bare similar. And there's more. Like I said, JV and Stroll, when we was on from a third eye view and did it initially, like, it was mind-blowing. Because we was running through subs and stuff. And JV was mentioning players that I had forgot that played for Everton. But there's probably more. I'm saying, like, that's what I do on Football Manager. Like, man has a profile of player. Like, all my fullbacks do this. All my centre-backs do this. My DMs, my midfielders do this. Like, same for my goal-scoring midfielder, my striker, my wingers. They're all the same profile. Different levels, but all the same profile. And that's how it should be. That's why you got to give Moyes credit, because he's done this twice now. But do I think they finished top 4? No, I don't. Where else we at? Yo, make sure you hit the like button if you haven't. Make sure. Flawless, bro. Please give us a flawless Aaron special when Arsenal lose tomorrow to Ruben Neves banger. When Aaron's back, because Aaron's currently in Portugal, I'm sure we'll be running a European football show or something of that nature when he is back. I'm big on my guy Aaron. Go subscribe to his channel as well. I can't be always the instigator. And see, if I'm not even making, you gotta be more creative than that, Bainesy. Come on, man. At least give me something I can chant. And what do I instigate? Oh yeah, I need to watch the video you've actually sent me. I was out. That's why I didn't watch it. I need to check it out. Do you rate Basuma? Highly. Very highly. I think Basuma's cold. Why somebody hasn't gone and signed him, I don't know. Why Arsenal, United, Spurs. Probably throw City in there with Fernandinho looking like he's going to leave. Liverpool. Shit, that's the entire... Maybe everyone in the top 6 apart from Chelsea. And is there a more... In terms of profile, is there a more... He's the closest player I can see in the Premier League to Kante if they do indeed let Kante go. Like, I ain't chanting your dead chant because it's whack, fam. That's why. It's too many syllables, fam. Don, key, laugh. It's supposed to be 2 syllables, man. You've put 3. It's supposed to be your fault. This guy, man. Got to teach this guy about syllables and that. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely taking Ndidi over Rice, fam. I'm still taking yes. Because Ndidi, to me, is defensively better than Rice. So, yes, I'm taking Ndidi. For the price, I'm like, I don't get the Rice hype. I really don't. Don't understand it. I don't know about Basuma's pending case. I'm unsure on that. Maybe that's what's stopping people. I don't know. Are you aiming to be Liverpool and challenge with them? If Rice starts for them, isn't that a sign that you might be wrong? No, because if Rice goes there, C1 thinks he's slick. If he goes there, he's their 3rd best midfielder. I'm not trying to sign someone who's their 3rd best midfielder. I'm trying to sign somebody you can argue is their best midfielder if he goes there. If Pogba goes there, you can argue he's their best midfielder. I'm not saying he is before people trying to get on my case. I'm saying it can be argued it's a debate. If Rice goes there, he's their third best midfielder at best. At best. And then people can argue out between him, Henderson, Milner, Cahill. But he's not on Thiago's level. He's not on Fabinho's level. And you know this, C1. And you know this. Would you take Conte at United if he leaves Spurs? No. No, we need to build a project. And that is not... Nah, I'll just give you props for it, Cam. And big up Cam's TV in the cut as well. But yeah, we need a project manager in it. Like I said, I would have took Conte at the time because there was no there was no Ralph Ragnick in the mix going into the consultancy role. So I was like, all right, this plane's gonna crash anyway. We gonna crash and burn in this whip. So we might as well, before we crash and burn, actually win some trophies and have some success. And that's one thing I believe Conte would bring. But now it's looking like we're trying to add stability with Ralph going into the consultancy role, and rumors came out today that he's interested in Ten Hag, potentially Poch as well. I wouldn't take Conte, no, because all going to end in tears. But I believe he will have some success at Spurs. Nah, fam, I'm not chanting it. I can't be bothered, Joe. Flawless, is Poch still your guy? I'm not gonna lie, I feel Ten Hag is the better option. Yeah, Poch, now I've been off the Poch hype train. Am I still a fan? Yes, but it's like reheating McDonald's, man. Like, it's not the one, it's not the vibe. Like, we had a chance to get him in it. Like, before he went PSG and he was on MNF, that was the perfect opportunity. And now that boat sailed in that. Like, I'm not trying to reheat McDonald's, man. It's gone. It's gone. Show's over. Yeah, I know I caught you out, C1, because you ain't slick. You know what I'm saying? You ain't slick. And Didi is better defensively, but not by a mile. And Rice is much better on the ball and probably has a higher ceiling if you want to be honest, but agendas. The highest ceiling, I hear that. I don't know Ndidi's age. However, I want my DM to be defensively sound. And he'd be much cheaper as well. Probably be half the price of what Rice is. I'm not trying to see no. If you're 80, 90 million, you better be walking into every team in the league. Like, you better be walking into the league. Chant it. Always the victim. It's never your fault. It's never your fault. It's never your fault. Stop my Bainsy. It's never your fault. There we go. You got your chant. Johan says, we used to be second half FC. How the tables have turned. Yeah, that's a fair point. That is a fair point. The tables have turned. Tables have turned. And I don't know why, but we can try and put the two halves together. If we can put that first half against Burnley into both halves, we'll beat most teams. That's probably why I'm confident against Middlesbrough. And numbers 19 and number 6 and number 25 are all fit. So we good to go. So, yeah, it was a great chant, I know, fam. When do you think you're going to see the Sancho that was at Dortmund at United? I think we're starting to see it. I think we are legit starting to see it. Like, he's showing signs and has been showing signs. From when Ollie left, he was showing signs and scoring goals and tricks and flicks. And that performance was good. The performance against Middlesbrough was good. The Villarreal one's another one. Like, he's been our brightest attacking player. So I think we are starting to see it. See? Man, no, stop my Bainsy. It's never your fault. Flawless, maybe an obvious question, but what is your opinion on the Glazers in the last 10, 15 years, G? Enemy of progress. That's how I look at the Glazers. Enemy of fucking progress. Like, go away, man. Enemy of progress. Just leave. With all due respect, this has to be the worst top 4 race ever. But when I said the Premier League is not good in terms of quality, people went to get at me. Flawless, having Conte the best option. Best you know you're getting success you want, but building a project you never know. I'd rather go the long term. Give me the stability. Give me the stability. Like, I'm not... Now Ten Hag's there. Like, so that's why. Because Conte is going to leave us in a mess. So I don't know if the success is worth it. Because he does terrible in Europe, so we're talking Premier League. Does he win a Premier League? Does he? Potentially. You could argue he does win a Premier League. But I'm not confident in that. Like, I'm not putting all my eggs in that basket. I'm not putting all my eggs in that basket. Buy Haaland and we're sorted for a minute. Haaland is a possibility because we was looking at his options. And his options are limited if he does move this summer. Real Madrid have Benzema. Barcelona's not a favourable but it's not an attractive proposition. I'm sorry, I'm not saying we are, but they're not an attractive proposition. Bayern Munich still have Lewandowski. City, you can argue. I don't think Liverpool will pay the money. Chelsea, you can argue as well. There's options to fin. You got Chelsea, you got the two Manchester. So you got United, you got City, you got Chelsea. They're the three teams I'm looking at. But Chelsea didn't want to pay the money last year, so did he suddenly switch up or did he try again? So it's a possibility. I don't know. Always that laughter. It's always, that's funny. It's always my fault. Nah, that's funny still. Serious, I get blamed for laughing, yo. Why you get mad at the people telling the jokes? How does someone tell a joke at your expense? I laugh and you get mad at me. And the person there that told the joke is just busting up. Barca might not be an attractive prospect, but he could also be the star of the show there, so he could take it. I just think it's a bad move. If I'm advising him, I'd probably say stay at Dortmund for another season. Real Madrid, there's him in it. And why would you want to go and build? Like, you want to go to a team challenging for top honors. That's not Barcelona. Real Madrid is a better fit. Bayern Munich is a miles better fit. Chelsea is a better fit. Manchester City is definitely a better fit. I just think Barcelona is way down on the list. Don't forget, I think we're way down on the list. But we'll probably pay more money than them. But we wait up. City, Chelsea, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid. They're all better options than Barcelona. All of those for easy. I don't get why you do that. Can you see West Ham going far in the Europa League? Yeah. Obviously, having a favorable draw also helps because the Europa League is the longest cup competition known to man. But if they get a favorable draw, nice injuries, why not? There isn't. In the Europa League, I don't think too many teams are looking like, yeah, we want to play West Ham. I don't know who's left because I couldn't care less for the Europa League. Even when my team's in it, I just can't stand the competition. However, they definitely have a shot, 100%. But it depends on how Moyes wants to prioritize as well. Does he favor the top four race or does he favor Europa League? If I'm him, I go all in the Europa League. Not only is there a European trophy and a trophy for West Ham, it's also a way into the Champions League rather than top four. Haaland can go City then Barca. I don't know why unless Barca are back to their best in 3-4 years, I don't get why he go Barcelona. Why? I'm lost. They could tell it to him as a figurehead of the resurgence if they got a couple of players that he does well with, Rice, for example. Nah, I hear that. He's definitely it's definitely a shout. It's definitely, but why would you want to be a resurgent somewhere when you can just go be the main man at a team? Like, you go into Bayern Munich, you're a main man at the big team. Same with City. Just use those two as example. Throw Real Madrid in there as well. You're replacing Lewandowski, Benzema, or coming into City as a striker. Like, Big up Flawless, whereas Ryan is quadruple on. Now the quadruple light switch is off. Actually, even though he did say yesterday on the members Q&A that the title race isn't over for Liverpool. Is that okay? And Cam, you should agree with me anyway. I don't know why they don't click up. To me, I click up. If I'm Mbappe, I'm trying to get Haaland with me at Real Madrid. Because not only does that work off the field in terms of branding and all that stuff, that works on the field. To me, they complement each other. One's a 9 and Mbappe can play off the left or the right. Like 110%. They shouldn't go opposites. Click up. Because they're going to help each other as well. Don't they trying to see that attack? Mbappe, like, Haaland is the striker and Mbappe one side at Real Madrid. And then let's use Vinicius Jr. on the left or whoever, like. And Pogba supplying that potentially. Real Madrid backward, that's the place to be. Especially if all them players go Real Madrid that we think. Your Tuchemenis, your Pogbas, Mbappe. Why would you not go there? Like, and I'm sure they've been linked with more man as well. Like, that's the more attractive proposition. We move. Someone asked me as well. Again, members' comments do take priority like a super chat, people. Do I think Lukaku going to be sold in the summer? Yeah, I do. I reckon he will be. Where else we at? Which league is the best in your opinion? I'm not gonna lie, I've been watching both the league and Serie A this season. A lot of both leagues clear in terms of techie players. I don't watch enough of other leagues to tell you. I just know the Premier League isn't that good. So when people turn around and say, yes, the best league, I'll be like, all right, if you believe that, that just shows the standard of football. The Premier League has 3 very good sides, and that's it. The rest are all decent to poor. That's where the other 17 teams are in this league. From very good on their day to very poor. Like they're all in that bracket. Because Barca are going to be chasing their former status like we are. They're going to want the players who can make that happen. If they weren't financially screwed up, I'd reckon they dropped the wedge for him. I hear that. But it's also as well, though, you mentioned the point, the money, even though I do believe they'll find a way around that. Maybe I'm just looking at it like a bit too like not with the Barcelona like hype on it. Because even with the Barcelona hype, I look at it, I go, why would you go there? Why? Makes no sense to me. Well, flawless. Fernandinho's leaving. The goal manager is interested in Declan Rice to be an understudy to Rodri. That is a sign you could still be wrong. No, because you said it there. Understudy. So he'll be holding bench. That's what he'll be doing. He ain't going there to start over Rodri. Right, let's call a spade a spade. Do you believe he's going to start over Rodri? No, you don't see one. He's gonna go there and be a squad player. Cool. He's going to go there and be their 5th best. What? 5th? He's not better than Rodri. If Fernandinho's there, he's not better than Fernandinho. He's not better than De Bruyne. He's not better than Bernardo Silva. He's not better than Gundogan. How many I just named? Rodri, Fernandinho, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, Phil Foden. That's 6. So what? He's their 7th best midfielder. And there's probably one I forgot. Like, let's just call a spade, innit? I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying for the levels you're trying to achieve. Like, that's legit all it is. Yeah, come. You know I got you. You and all your nonsense. Haaland and Mbappe are not the next Messi and Ronaldo debate. Just put them together at Madrid so they can shut the media hype battling on stats between the two. Also this. I want to see it just from a football fan perspective. That is legit like in the NBA when all-star players will click up and go to a team. Like, I'm trying. Why would you not want to see Haaland and Mbappe just as a football fan? As a Barcelona fan, you'd hate it. As a Manchester United fan, you're not trying to see that in the FA Cup. Yes, Peter, what are you telling me, man? You good?
What's good, bro? You good? I just got in.
Yeah, man. Good to see you. Just here talking about Haaland because somebody asked a question about him. So I was just talking about how his options to me this season, and obviously you're very knowledgeable about these things, and much more so than I am in terms of like European football. And I was saying his options this season, if you look at it, to me, are very limited compared to the season after. Because if you look at his potential destinations, Real Madrid have Barcelona, Bayern Munich have Lewandowski. You can argue, all right, City need a striker. Will City go in for him? You can say Manchester United need a striker. Chelsea, but Chelsea didn't want to pay the money last season. And people are talking about Barcelona. And I'm like, to me, if I'm advising him, why would you go to Barcelona at that point? Stay at Dortmund and then look at it next season. And we're talking about him potentially going to Real Madrid and him playing with Mbappe and say potentially Pogba. So yeah, what's your thoughts on it?
I mean, Barcelona is still a brand, like whatever you think about them. Like you can always, because the thing is, if they make Champions League, they're definitely on the table in terms of to go there. You have to like sort of buy into like a rebuild for whatever it's worth. But yeah. He's not Real Madrid because Mbappe's probably going there. That doesn't really work. Benzema's also still there. Bayern, nah, probably not going to happen. Manchester United, yeah, I suppose you could do that if you wanted, right? Because let's be honest, United have the money. City, of course, would be my obvious choice if I was him. It's just a question of, our City going to put the wages for somebody like Haaland down on the table? I don't know. Chelsea, probably not. Unless we can offload both Werner and Lukaku. Like, let's be honest, Werner and Lukaku make $600K a week. If we could offload both of them, we could throw that money at Haaland fairly simply if we wanted to go that way. But I mean, I don't know. Barca, I guess, could be an option. City could be an option. You have to see.
Yeah, it's going like you're making your big money move, like from Dortmund to like become a star. You know what I'm saying? And like take yourself to that next level and live up to that potential. Maybe it is in his character. Do you really want to go to a rebuild? That's what I'm saying. Like Barcelona is still massive in terms of brand, but I'm like, why would you go to a rebuild when you can go to ready-made? Like you can go to Madrid, you can go to Manchester City. Just use those two examples. Bayern Munich if Lewandowski leaves. All three of those are better options. They're miles better. So I'm like, and the Real Madrid one is especially like I said, if they get Mbappe, because I said this before you landed, it's not like they don't like they play the same position. Like they complement each other to me very well. Like, I can see them in the front three working. Haaland through the middle, Mbappe on one side.
Yeah, but Benzema's not going anywhere.
Yeah, this is my point. This is why I was saying the season after. Like, I believe Benzema will probably leave. Actually, that being said, Benzema is that good, he could still be there. But I don't think he leaves this season, but say potentially he leaves the season after. Because his form has been incredible.
Yeah.
His form has been incredible. And that's unlucky for Haaland. The same with Lewandowski at Bayern Munich. Like these men are not falling off. Like they're coming out of their prime years, but still putting in incredible performances. Yep. So that's the problem he has. I'd probably say to him, yo, stay at Dortmund. That's what I'd probably tell him to do. Stay at Dortmund. Like, why would this for another season and then assess your options again? But we'll see. He might end up at Barca. I just think I'm just like looking at it like, nah, that's not it. Yeah, get the likes up as well. People share it, subscribe to the channel as well. Ahmed says here, Peter, tell us about your admiration and love for Antonio Conte.
It's a joke. I tweeted and now I have a bunch of anonymous accounts of my mentions telling me to like basically be more humane. I'm not going to do it. Leave me alone. Fuck Antonio Conte. I hate that man. Those of you who know me know exactly how much I hate him. And I would say it's not personal, but it is. So, yeah, I mean, Ahmed's joking. He's probably seen the tweet. I take none of it.
He knows. He's joking.
If you guys want to report it, I don't care. Like, I have another account. I'll be all right.
It is. Oh, nah. C1, I'm never scared. I get to your comment. I must have missed it because Peter joined. Yes, Cams, what you saying? Oh, you good? C1, I'm going to get to your comment now. What are you telling me? Cams, you good?
Yeah, bro, I'm good. I'm good. Not gonna lie, I'm good.
Calm. Let's see this in it because C1 is on his Rice hype. Here we go. So he says, because Rodri is world class and Declan isn't yet, to be honest, but he will learn blood. Just watch. I'm just doing it to prove Flawless wrong and rub it in your face for the banter. Here's the thing: if that happens, that affects your team, fam. Because that makes City even better and makes them even harder for your team to catch. Like you're already struggling now to compete with them. So if they go and get Rice and he improves.
About Declan Rice, what happened?
Oh, C1 was trying to run his agendas, isn't it? On Rice. And I was talking because I've always said when I've been talking about United, mainly on Man United, I talk about the players we have and say, like, why I don't want Lindelof is because if he goes to one of the three teams we're chasing and trying to compete with, he don't start for. He's third, fourth choice centre back at best. And I was saying the same thing about Rice. And then C1 was saying how, well, it's reported that Pep's interested in him and to be Rodri's understudy. I was like, yeah, understudy as a squad player. If he goes there, he's the 6th, 7th best midfielder at best. Let's call a spade a spade. I don't think he's better than Bissouma. And I think he's much cheaper. But my point is, he's not better than Rodri. He ain't better than Bernardo Silva. He's not better than Foden. He's not better than De Bruyne. He's not better than Gundogan. He's not better than, I think I mentioned Foden. That's like 6 midfielders I just named. Yeah. So you're going to spend 80, 90 million on a 7th choice or 6th best. Like, no, it doesn't logically make sense.
Yeah,
I just don't understand the hype.
You need to be going straight in that starting 11.
Well, like he's a good player, but that's it. Yeah, for that price, if I'm spending 80, 90 million, you best 1, improve me, and 2, be able to walk into any other team in the league or at least let it be a debate if you're costing me that amount. Well, we're talking world record fees. You have to be of a level where fans can debate it. I say that all the time. That's the problem with Manchester United. I've said this. That enough of our players don't get into a Liverpool, Chelsea, or City conversation. Never mind actually win the debate. I can debate Varane. I can sit down here and debate Varane playing in those teams all day long, whether you agree or disagree. There's stuff to back it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I have nothing to back it up. 2 players in our team.
I have nothing to back it up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm guessing the other one's Pogba. That's my point is Pogba you can back up. Sancho I can make arguments for. I can't make arguments for Scott McTominay. It's just call a spade a spade.
I would take Sancho as much as people banter him.
Sancho gets into your absolute people. Sancho gets into Chelsea's team 100%. Like that's without a doubt.
I would take Sancho. I'd take Pogba. I would take Varane. The rest of them.
That's my point. That's my point. You even have to think to be like, yo, I'll take those 3 and then that's that. Like you didn't even think about it.
Van Dijk. Ooh.
Because there's no one there that you look at and go, okay.
Varane,
You know what I'm
Thiago
saying?
Silva, Rudiger back three. Oof, cash money.
Nah.
Obviously, because your wingback situation. Do I think Tellez and Delo cook in your wingback situation? Yes, they do.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
if Ben Chilwell still can't walk, yes, I'll take Alex Tellez.
Yeah, because he's better than. But that's my point. Is the levels are very low. So back to the original point I was making was about Rice. You have to get players who are going to go and compete and raise the level. But see, one's on this. It's the Cobham thing, innit? You know what I'm saying? He loves it.
That's cute. That's cute. That's not going to help us win games, though. Cool.
Sancho right wing back for
He
Chelsea. Let's go.
Guys, Declan Rice flunked out of Cobham when he was 14. He didn't even graduate.
I might want to know because this is the thing that's going to keep popping up. So this is clearly someone who's new here, which is always good. Why do you hate? He's new, which is good.
Basically, I support the champions of Europe. As you know, Antonio Conte was fucking lucky enough to manage my football club for a 2-year period. First year was cool. It was vibes. That being said, we had no Europe, and he rode the coattails of a board signing in N'Golo Conte and a revitalized Eden Hazard and informed Diego Costa to a league title. So great. All that stuff is cool. When it came time for Antonio Conte to actually recruit players and to actually manage European competition alongside a league campaign, he couldn't fucking do it, right? Look up Chelsea's summer transfer window in 2017. We signed Danny Drinkwater. We signed Tiamu Bakayoko. We signed
that Zappa Costa guy.
Zappa Costa. We signed Waluigi from I think it was Genoa or Fiorentina, one of those teams. Who else did we sign? We signed Rudiger, so that was good. And then, am I missing anybody?
I think was it Morale? Was it something like that?
No. We signed Emerson in January, and we signed Giroud in January as well. Am I missing someone? I feel like I might be missing someone. Shit. Now, the point is, we signed a bunch of garbage players, guys. Signed a bunch of garbage players, and we finished 5th the next season. But we were in second on New Year's Day. In the first 19 matches in 2017-18, Chelsea got 41 points. In the latter 19, we picked up 29. If the number 29 points seems familiar to you, that's because in the 19 matches Frank Lampard managed last season after spending £250 million, he got 29 points in the league. Right? That's an embarrassingly low number. No, Waluigi not from Super Mario. Waluigi. Zappa Costa looks like Waluigi. Just get a picture, look up Zappa Costa, get an actual picture of Waluigi. They look exactly the same. Gilles Bogi was 2015. But so basically, Antonio Conte saddled us with a bunch of players that nobody fucking wants. Oh, we also bought Ross Barkley in that winter window.
Oh yeah, Ross Barkley in it.
Yep. So a bunch of players nobody wants, a bunch of players we still cannot to this day get rid of.
How much did you spend in that window? You must have spent
like 200 mil almost.
Wow.
And we didn't get that much better, right? That's the crazy thing. Oh, Morata as well. How could I forget fucking Morata? How could I forget? But yeah. So spent a bunch of money, made us worse, upset all our senior players. Hazard wanted to leave. Courtois wanted to leave and eventually ended up leaving. Almost ripped our team apart. And we finished 5th, and our fans to this day hype up some fucking useless FA Cup in one of the worst cup finals we won against Manchester United that none of our fans gas up because it was so fucking dog shit. It is what it is. I hate him. I hate him, and he should be nowhere near any elite footballing institution, which is why he's perfect for a small little club like Tottenham. So, yeah. And if you guys think my hate for Antonio Conte is unjustified, we were in the trenches in a Champions League group after winning away to Atletico Madrid. We failed to beat Roma in 2 attempts. We failed to beat fucking Roma in 2 attempts. We couldn't beat Atletico Madrid at home to win the group. So instead of playing, I believe it was Atalanta, or no, it wasn't Atalanta, it was Valencia, something like that. We ended up playing Barca and getting knocked out.
Is that when Roma got to the semis?
Yes.
Is that year?
Yes. Ooh. Yes. We lost 3-0 in Rome. We were up 2-0 at Stamford Bridge, and then 30 minutes later we were down 3-2.
I remember the Dzeko goal. Oh,
yep.
Jesus.
Yeah. So yeah, Antonio Conte's European record. Don't even get me started, guys. We'll save it for like an actual dedicated episode. We'll look it up.
We will. I do wanted to ask you though: is it one win he has in European competition?
One knockout round tie success in his entire career, and it came in 2013 against Neil Lennon's Celtic.
That was it. Like I wanted to get onto Spurs fans about it, so I couldn't remember who it was. So I was like, next time I chat to Pete, I knew it was one. So this is why when Spurs fans are getting gassed about getting top four, I'm like, yo, you getting sent to the heavens gates if you get into the Champions League.
He's
like, we've seen you get
Champions
7-0
League 5 times. He's only advanced to the knockout round twice. He's finished bottom of the group twice.
And the thing is, he's finished bottom of the group. It's not like he's had bad sides. Like he's been champion.
Twice with Juve, once with Chelsea, and twice with Inter. And he's finished bottom of 2 groups.
Oh, when he finished bottom in that group with Shakhtar and Mönchengladbach and Real Madrid, that's when I knew, like, yeah, this guy.
Mönchengladbach were debutants in the competition, and he finished below them.
What year was that?
That was 2019. Was it last year?
Yeah, it was last year.
Yes, it was last year.
Mazuri was, yeah. Was in that finished bottom of their group? Because I remember I was on the watch because of Lukaku, because Tox was hyping up Lukaku, so that's why I had an eye on that. And I was like, yo, your guy needs to deliver in the Champions League. And he finished bottom of the group.
Oh, he also lost the Europa League final to Sevilla. He lost the semi-final with Juve to Benfica in 2014. So yes. So yeah, guys, look up Antonio Conte's European record. If anybody calls him a world-class manager or said he's better than any manager with any pedigree in Europe, because he's not.
No, his European record ain't domestically fine. European.
Oh, also domestically, cap. He's only won 1 domestic cup in his career.
All right, domestic leagues, fam. Jesus, you tearing this man down. How many leagues has he won?
Paris fake.
He's won 3 minimum.
3 with UK, 1 with Chelsea, and 1 with Inter. 5. So cool.
Well, 5 that's good. Give him credit for that.
Great. Put some European success up there, boss. I don't care.
That's what does separate him from the elite group who you mentioned, is not having European success.
It's not that he's bad in Europe. He's a disgrace in Europe.
Yeah, he's awful in Europe. He is awful. For someone who's had as much domestic success as he's had in terms of leagues, I don't think there's another manager who's won 5 titles in the major European leagues and has no European success. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is someone in the current era that I know, but I don't know.
Like bring me a Champions League semi-final or something. Fuck.
Yes.
Because it's not like he went into Champions League with teams that were just long shots to win. He went into the Champions League as a league winner 4 times.
Juve wasn't seriously in the Champions League till Allegri came in.
They weren't. That's why they got rid of Conte.
That's when they became serious, like semis, quarters, finals.
The first year Allegri was in there, they got to the final.
Was that the Barcelona one?
When they lost to MSN, yes, that was Allegri's first season. Because Conte said,
Real Madrid out.
Conte said, I can't win with these players, and Allegri went to Bernabeu and knocked out Real Madrid. After Conte was showing ankles to the same Real Madrid team.
La Decima as well.
Yep.
Mazo.
Yeah, the domestic cup did come against Manchester United, so hold that stat, man. Hold that, flawless. It is what it is.
That final was dreadful.
Whoever has faith.
That final turned me off to the FA Cup completely. Like when I think of FA Cup, I think of the finals we lost. I don't even care about 2018.
Because we haven't won it. Because our record's because we haven't won it in so long. I'm just like our record in it isn't the best. Like we should have won it, even though we won it a lot. We should have won it more than what we have. That's the problem. Because there was a time in the 90s where we won it regular, and then we just went on this strange drought, very strange drought, and just didn't win it. So it is what it is, isn't it? Big up to Dan. He says, if somehow one day Maguire were to leave United, who the hell would want him? His technique is no better than Cody, in my opinion. Somebody will sign him, Dan. Somebody just signed Andres Pereira.
Newcastle about to sign him.
Somebody will sign Maguire. Like, as bad as we think these players are, there's always a club who will take players. There isn't a player who I can think of who's a major profile who, like, for footballing reasons, all teams are like, no. Like, we sold Sanchez after Sanchez was absolutely horrendous for us. Somebody legit today picked up Andreas Pereira, who is one of the worst footballers I've seen in a Manchester United shirt. Like, he's awful. Like, he's just dreadful at everything. So there is hope. So, yeah, somebody would sign Maguire. You know what? Maguire to Everton does make sense. He is a Frank Lampard signing through and through. But if they get relegated, then they ain't going to be able to afford him. But if they stay up, I can fully see Frank Lampard trying to do the Maguire thing. Maguire and Keane. That is him all over. Absolutely.
Maguire and Keane. Oh, my God.
That is him. But they are not out of the trenches in terms of their Premier League status is not secure. That's what I'd say.
I used to pray for times like this.
What?
Everton in the mud. Who do they play next? Let me see.
Yeah, go on, look it up, fam. This guy just smiling away at Everton's potential.
I didn't realize I hated them, but I'm in my bag now. Fuck Everton.
I do like Everton, but Lampard.
Everton at home to Leeds. Oh, I need a Leeds win. I need a win.
You know what? That game's gonna. What day is that game?
Oh, that's Saturday, 3 p.m.
Oh fuck! That game's gonna be very good in that. That game's good.
That's a Watford game. Oh,
yes.
Damn it!
It's Watford Brighton. Because that game. Yeah. No, nobody snitch. You know what I'm saying? You're all 6'9". Yeah. Yeah. If you're all snitch, you're getting timed out.
Coming back in blood now, is it?
Yeah, but she won't believe Bainesy in it.
That man coming out the right pit.
Yeah. Bainesy gonna come back in it. You know what I'm saying, as a top seagull. But Leeds Everton has 4-all written all over it. Has 4-all written all over it.
I need the Leeds fans to start singing "Stop Crying, Frank Lampard" in the away end.
My God, run it back.
Oh yeah, because they don't like him as well because of the whole Chelsea connection as well.
The Derby thing.
It was that, and
Yeah,
it was when it was at Derby or something with like Leeds like spying on like the Derby players or something.
Yeah, it was
the first time the championship playoff when Leeds were up 1-0. They were like singing like
I think crying for Lampard, the Oasis song.
All of our spies, take it away. You don't worry, you'll be someday. We beat you at home and beat you away. Stop crying, Frank.
You know, if they would have got knocked out the next leg, that chant would have slapped forever. It would have slapped forever.
That's a Frank Lampard.
I need Leeds 3, Everton 1, and just 95th minute. Stop crying, Frank Lampard. Oh my God. Away. Everton, don't worry, you'll beat us someday. We beat you at home, beat you away. Stop crying. And they do I need it. I need an 8-minute winner. I need Jack Harrison to run right up.
You'll see what's not happy. Says Peter, you waste man. I swear, why do you want Lampard cooked by Leeds fans?
I need chaos. I root for chaos at the bottom end.
You know what it is with C1? I'm thinking the C stands for Cobham and that. He is Cobham through and through. He is the Cobham one.
Lampard didn't come through Cobham, bro. You ain't gonna back him like this.
Nah, he Cobham for he proper Chelsea in that. The only guy he's not
proper West Ham, mate.
West Ham.
No. I'm saying C1 is proper Chelsea. This guy out here backing Declan Rice, Frank Lampard. I'm waiting for him to back Sarr and Chalobah. You know what I'm saying?
The real proper Chelsea will just apply BLM text to you. It doesn't matter. C
stands for Cockney.
You got BLM text. Don't work against you. You don't have to stick up for these men. They'll be all right.
See, look, he said that's my legend, bro.
That's cute. That's your legend. That's not my coach. That ain't my coach. That man left us in 9th. I didn't forget. We had 29 points from 19 games. You know how mad that is?
20.
You know how small a number that is?
Yeah, he had you like bad, yo. You know what down bad.
29. Are you crazy? You know how much we had after 19 games this year? We had 40.
19, you know. 29, sorry. Oh,
that's 58 over a season. After spending a quarter of a million pounds.
I said it was Jody Morris tax, you know. Is Jody Morris not his guy?
Not anymore. No. Jody Morris broke up and he still stinks.
He's got Ashley Cole with him now. Ashley Cole
in it. Duncan Ferguson.
They're just gonna blame my dad though.
They're gonna run it back. You lot continue to get your questions in as well, people. Bainesy's crying about something. I don't know why.
He's saying we're bullying him. Statman, we did not bully you. You know exactly who bullied you, and it wasn't us.
Yeah, facts. But you just can't take your energy out there, innit? Because you know what will happen again. You get cooked again. You know what I'm saying? So just show up and take it. Take your L and move.
Step there, you have to be prepared. Like you got to be prepared to throw down.
You know your weight class. I know my weight class. That's why, you take a shot and lay down. You know what I'm saying?
Take a few and run away.
Yeah, I get punched and then play dead.
I try to get him to flash shots when we're playing pro clubs. I thought our back line looked like Watford's, and then she just appeared.
Oh yeah, I remember that dream, yo.
Someone said, "Yo, be careful, Peter."
She just appeared out of nowhere and that.
Like, wow.
She didn't say nothing. I didn't even know she was watching. She didn't message me, say nothing and that.
And
you said that line.
Yeah, sound in my head.
Prick with a smiley face. I was like, oh my god.
Oh my god. I remember saying it, and then I just went. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
that's always the top times like that wasn't me. I'm like, that wasn't me. I know it wasn't you.
That's making sure in it. Like, I have no involvement in this whatsoever, yo. I take my one lick and then play that, fam. You know what I'm saying? I know what to do. You're saying, I'll throw Bainesy under the bus. So let's like try talk to the comments or do something. Crack a joke.
Easiest way to get away from a bear is just push over one of your friends. Like, it happens.
Literally, I would trip up any of you lot, and you lot already know. Normally it's Bainesy. Like, normally it's Bainesy.
Don't run slow. It is what it is.
Bainesy just that slow guy in it. It's Bainesy. It's Bainesy or Timo. They're normally
the bit, innit? It's the bit. It's the bit.
And to Ben, I played PS4. I'm on PS4. So anybody who's looking at FIFA, like pro clubs or GTA missions, yeah, anything like that, PS4.
Statman, it was funny, bro. I wasn't even there, but I know it was funny because you're
it's hilarious.
5 days later.
Oh, this guy was biting onto everything, every little thing. This guy was biting.
Took all the
every
bait.
Single thing.
Yeah, took all the bait. All of the bait. What else we got? He wasn't well done. He was like taking him off the grill in it because the smoke alarm's going off. That's what he was like. You know what I'm saying? It's more than well done. Like, you can't do nothing with a steak. It's not salvageable. It's like throw it away in it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. He was done. But yeah, you lot, again, Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. Make sure you hit the like button on the video. Hit the like button on the video. Share it across all the socials. Subscribe to the channel and get all of your questions in as well. So one other question for you comes. It's about the bout that's coming up, UFC bout. You know, I don't know anything about UFC, but there's a big bout coming up. I've seen it advertised on BT.
Adesanya Whitaker is.
That's it. Yeah, someone asked your thoughts on that.
See, they fought in 2018. And Adesanya just killed him. He literally killed him. But
whoever's darker skin is gonna win.
Yeah, Adesanya is. I don't know because Whitaker is good, but it's like I don't know. Compare it. It's like, let's say there's a weight class, and the best, like the cream of the crop, is like Adesanya, but Whitaker's like the guy that's better than everyone else, like clear of everyone else, but he's kind of in that limbo. It's kind of like Chelsea in the Premier League right now. Like, they're not going to win the league, but they're not in a top 4 battle. They're just in that limbo. That's kind of what he is. He's in that limbo stage.
Yeah, but he can't chant about his European Cups like we can. So hold that.
This guy's a fool.
He's a former champ.
Hey, Statman, I hope you have a good night, bro. I'll be the bigger person here.
Yeah, serious. I'll be the bigger person as well, man. So I hope you have a great night's sleep, and I hope you wake up full of energy. And yeah, uni, and you're ready to attack the day and have all the motivation and all the success in that day. That's how we do this, Bainesy. And just a side note, Bainesy, complete side note as well, just letting you know, still not watch the Dembele comps. But yeah, go on.
I haven't either, Statman. Any Lakers fans in the chat, please reveal yourselves.
Yeah, oh my God.
Please reveal yourselves. We got things to talk about. And it's a Q&A.
CR7 took you in.
Abdi, I saw you earlier. Come back, Abdi. C1, Westbrook is goated.
What happened to that Westbrook is goated guy? I haven't seen that guy in a minute.
I want to see all of you. I want to see all of you front and center. Report. It's time.
Man, Ibrahim just what? There's Abdi in it. That's what? He's had enough, yo.
Talk to me. How are we feeling? How are we feeling after yesterday? Russ, 3 for 11, benched the entire fourth quarter. Lakers at one point were down 99-69. Bobby Portis was grittying in the corner. It was bad. It was so bad. And then they did the fakest comeback I've ever seen. They got it down to 10 with 5 minutes left. LeBron subbed in and went back up to 20. It was bad.
Jeez.
The Lakers fans, talk to me. How are we feeling?
Star Sailor says Vogel sacked. C1 says not really good. Westbrook is tragic. I swear.
Hey, it's all good. I wish Timo was here, man. I wish he was here.
Yeah. I think Westbrook will be traded, I'm guessing, for John Wall or Lillard. This is Dominic.
I'll say this. If the Portland franchise trades Dame Lillard for Westbrook, all the Portland fans are going to surround the Rose Garden arena and attempt to tear it down. And they should lose their franchise. They should have to move a different city. That should be the last thing they ever do as a franchise. The John Wall trade,
that bad?
maybe.
It is that bad.
No,
It is that bad.
Dame Lillard is like Portland's guy, right? He's been there almost a decade. He's been their guy, you know? They're not going to trade Dame for Russ in 2022. You can't. You can't justify that. You just can't. That's like a Trent for...
Well, I was just thinking of Trent for Wan-Bissaka.
That's kind of what it is. Like, you can't justify that. Nah.
It's probably worse than that, fam. Because Wan-Bissaka at least don't come with a big price tag and a big fee in terms of wages and that. Like Russ is like on a max contract, so that adds into it. Like that adds into it. It's more it's Maguire. It's like trading Maguire for Varane.
Pretty much. So
that's probably the most
accurate.
Back to
being a Bucks fan now, they beat the Lakers. Interesting.
Yeah, we knew he was a Bucks fan.
Interesting. Convenient.
Yeah,
somebody asked a question. Sabonis. So Domantas Sabonis from the Pacers got traded to Sacramento for Tyrese Haliburton and Buddy Hield. I think the Kings are outrageously stupid. They traded their franchise player for Domantas Sabonis. I don't understand how they couldn't get more for him. I do not get that. I have no idea what the Kings are doing. Very, very smart move for the Pacers, because now you can pair Chris Duarte and Haliburton together and make a nice little backcourt. You've still got Miles Turner inside. But, yeah, I also think the Kings should be in danger of losing their team, even though they built a new arena like 3 years ago. So, yeah, I think it's stupid for the Kings. I think it's very smart for the Pacers. Away Day Blue saying the Lakers need a whole new roster. The GM got trades pending. Bro, the thing is, he doesn't have trades pending because they don't have any tradable contracts or desirable assets. It's not like when he was at the Cavs. Those were contracts you could trade. They don't really have those now. They don't really have them.
It is kind of peak. And to Ben, who's asking me, sorry to cut that conversation short. Do you need players for pro clubs? What position do you play? We're always looking for new players, but let me know what position you play, so then I can figure that out. Because we always have open trials and stuff like that and things of that nature anyway. Star Sailor says, is Harden to Philly happening? Is it?
Harden wants out of Brooklyn. He wants to go to Philly. Brooklyn maintains that he's not movable before the deadline. If anybody is curious, the deadline's tomorrow. So it's like slightly under 24 hours now for the trade deadline. So we will have to see. My gut instinct is it does happen. That's what my gut is telling me. I think it happens before tomorrow. But we will see.
That's super interesting. And to Ben, add me, Mr. Take Note in it, all one word. MR, take note. And I'm guessing you're an attacking player. Cool. Add me. Yo, it's been a minute, fam. It's because when we've been about, they haven't been about. And then when they've been about, we haven't been about. But we'll get back into it. Like, it's no problem as well. And I had a league thing hit me up as well, so there could be regular games anyway. But I need to hear all you man up about that, because you man will probably know more than me. Especially you Cams will probably know more than me about it all. What was I going to say? What was I going to get to? That Diamond says, why? When did Rand say this? Rand said Flawless is a savage youth. He intellectually murders people. Yo, I just be running bands, fam. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, let me know where that got said, Black Diamond, so I can go see Bainesy's face, because I know he was hating if that got said. Because he always hating when I'm shining all the time. And anytime someone compliments me, you just want to hate. And nah, man. She'll laugh. Always.
We'll be back.
Yeah, man. Like, he blames me because he gets cooked. Like I said, he blamed my laugh, and I was like, I don't like your dumb grin. You know what I'm saying? When I'm getting cooked. I told him, man, you gotta throw the ball, like you just gotta move the ball like it's a hot potato and that. When it stick, don't let it stick in it. Can't let anything stick. You let something stick on you in the space, the show's over. Like, I've had many jokes cracked on me, where it's kind of like, man will just keep it moving and clap back, or just shift onto someone else.
Like, Statman and Ryan are younger. Like, we grew up like with like roast lessons just being a part of like everyday life. Like, that shit is just normal.
Yeah.
So you had to be like quick with it.
Yeah.
Now, like, they don't really have to be.
Seen. And then they come into these spaces and just get absolutely murdered.
I hear that. I'm convinced part of it is like a generational thing. It's like, hey, why are you being mean? It's not being mean. It's just how conversation goes. You can't take stuff personal.
Nah, definitely not.
You guys think I take things personal that I read in the comments? I don't care.
No,
you guys think I really care what you're saying on social media? I don't care.
It's a soft generation, man. Very soft.
Like, I don't care. It's not that deep. I knew you were gonna pull up to California and like see me, so whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of like, and that's legit what it is. I ain't too fussed. That's why I just take it. Damn, take the shots on the chin and you keep it moving and that. Because you know, they have jokes. It's part of the space. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets cooked. You just have to just limit how many times it happens.
Everybody's time comes.
Yeah. You just have to limit it. Like, I've had it. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, United, especially with United. More so, it's not something I've said. It's more so United that have caused me. But it's like, yo, I know I'm strapped in. I'm ready. I'm prepared. I'm like, all right, here we go. I'm just thankful this Q&A wasn't yesterday and it's today because the heat's off me. Peter, can you explain how freeway trades in the NBA work? That's from Star Sailor.
Well, basically, you can trade with any amount of teams you want in a single transaction as long as the salaries match for each team and they get the assets they want. So the reason you would bring in three-way trades or make trades bigger than just like team to team is if, say, like a team wants draft picks with a certain transaction and another team or a team wants to move an asset, but they don't think they can get the correct assets from one team, or like more than one team wants to move something at once. It's just like you have to match the contracts up and make it work. Like you could see like a weird 4-team trade for Simmons and Harden to move teams tomorrow. Like you just don't know. It just depends.
Yeah. Dutch Master says, I got a question for Flawless. Why did Manchester United have a statue of a player from their two greatest rivals outside of OT? Who's the statue of a player from their two? Who's our two greatest rivals? You're going to have to elaborate on this question. Like, what are we talking about here?
Talking about, I think it's Dennis Law because he played for Man City.
Yeah, he said from there. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, cause I think one of them scored a goal that got us relegated, saying, but two greatest rivals, like who we talking about? And it depends who you're talking about. I don't class City as our two greatest rivals.
Matt Busby? Was Matt Busby?
Yeah, Matt Busby. You said Matt Busby. Like I said, my history ain't the best, people, but like, because the reason why there's a statue of, all right, let me just clear this up. The reason why there's a statue of him outside Old Trafford is because he did great things for Manchester United. That's why. That's why there's pictures outside Old Trafford of our great players and stuff like that. Like, that's what it is. So he played for Liverpool and City. All right, cool.
Yeah, that doesn't take the 20s and 30s, man.
Yeah, like that doesn't take away from what he did for Manchester United. If we went and built a statue right now of, let's just use Wayne Rooney as an example, and then when Wayne Rooney came out of retirement, played for Liverpool and won them 2-3 trebles in a row, we're not going to pull down that statue of Wayne Rooney because it doesn't take away from what he did for Manchester United.
We're not even going into what Matt Busby did like off the pitch for United.
Yeah, that's even more so. Yes. Like, there's even more. That's a great point, Cam. There's even more to it. So, yeah, that's why there is, because he did great things on the pitch and off the pitch. Like, there's literally, like, the team was called the Busby Babes. The team was named after him. Like, that team in particular.
C1's asking a question. There was a space on this earlier. I had to leave it though because I've seen some. This ain't even a debate.
This ain't even a debate. Question to the panel in their peak of their powers. Who was better, Bruno Coutinho? It's not even a debate. This is just people bored. People just bored.
Yeah. I don't like
this. I'm convinced people just want to be in spaces. And this is just social media in general. Like, people will say whatever, post whatever on Instagram just to post or just to tweet. And this is one of them. Like, people just have nothing to talk about because not every day can you force content. Well, that's what it is. Like, you can't, like, that's what it is in the space. That's why it shouldn't be that's why international break, you see these dumb comparisons pop up. Bruno Coutinho, De Bruyne and Zidane, Neymar, Ronaldinho, Vardy and Drogba. The list goes on and on and on because people are bored with nothing better to do. Even me, who I took, because Devian asked me before actually about the Zuma thing. I tweeted about the Zuma situation and how people are comparing it to racism and how stupid it is. And I had 2 people in my ads just remixing what I said. And I'm like,
they're saying nothing.
I said, yeah, I added them both back.
They're just typing the type.
And I legit said this. I said, you basically said what I've said in different words. What's your point? See, man, just want to be in the mansion. Sometimes just shut up.
Yeah, be quiet. Fuck.
Yeah. Like everything Peter says, Peter tweets or Cam tweet, I might not be knowledgeable about. So I let it go. Like Peter be tweeting about the Suns, some of the stuff I don't get. So man just shuts up. I don't have anything to add. So there's no point.
People in this world that I really don't like. That just when I had input just for the sake of having input.
Yes.
Like if it's not your thing, like leave it out in it.
Yeah.
Like if someone's talking about golf or something, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, Tiger Woods, yeah. I have no idea what they're talking about.
I'm gonna be honest. As far as like spaces or just socials regarding football, I'm less inclined to speak to the average person I come across. But when it's like basketball content and just people I've come across in like the basketball space on Twitter, I find myself having more enjoyable and stimulating conversations. I don't know what it is about football, but people are so inherently tribal and just so sheltered with their opinions, and like they are so just agenda driven that I don't really like speaking to them. Even fans of my own club. Like I was in a Chelsea space post the Club World Cup semifinal game today, which we stunk out, but we won 1-0. And I said 3 words, and I'm immediately cut off, and people are talking about our performances over the last 3 months. And so I just left. I'm like, hey, like if we're not going to actually talk about what we're supposed to talk about, why am I going to waste my time? Like, I don't even like you people. Like, nah, I'm not doing this.
I hear that. And you mentioned it. I was going to say that. It's the tribalism in football that causes that. Because in basketball, like, star players will play for one team, and then it's normal for players to switch. Like, there's not loyal like that. Like, a player will play for the Lakers and then play for the Clippers. And also play for the Suns, or play for the Celtics, or play for the Knicks, or play for the Nets. Like, people are loyal like that. And there's no, even though you have players who come up, like, under certain systems and certain teams, there's no Cobham, there's no Liverpool graduates, there's no Carrington. So that tribalism there is gone. Like, you like the team as a basketballer, so that's no shot at them. Like, people love their teams, but that tribalism isn't there from within. Like, Arsenal, and there's no starboy arguments in basketball. Never heard.
I can listen to people have perspectives on my team without feeling any type of like strong way about it. I can have dialogue about my team with people who support my team and just other fans of other teams. And it's totally fine. And like, we can just talk about like neutral topics and it's fine. It doesn't dip into like tribalism and just cross the line and become counterproductive ever.
It's a lot more casual, isn't it?
It's just better. It's a better vibe. It's a better vibe. Like with football, you have to find the right people to have conversations with. Like, odds are, if I don't stream with you or if I don't see you in the stream comments, or like if you're not my boy in real life, I'm not going to talk football with you.
Sucks.
Just because I don't think I can. Like with strangers, I'm at the point where like it doesn't take a lot for people to just like completely like give me like the wrong impression, and then from then I'm like, all right, fuck that person forever. Like, I'm not speaking to them. It is what it is.
Legit.
Yeah.
Like if there's somebody I can speak to on stream or somebody I see in stream comments, somebody who's always here, it's like, yeah, I'll speak to you about it. I don't mind. But like all these new people, like, nah, my circle is big enough.
And that's my thoughts on it. Because there's times where I'll be on a show, Manchester United in particular, I don't want to talk to my own fans. I've said it before. I said it the last one. I was like, on Tuesday, I was like, I'm done talking to you because you're just talking rubbish. Like, I have no issue with having a different perspective. My biggest problem is not only the agenda and the tribalism, is people making statements and there's nothing to back it up. So you're not even allowing me to try and see where you are coming from. Whether you agree or disagree with me, every opinion I give on football, there is something to back it up. I think this because of this, this, and this. You say, for instance, I could say something now and both Peter and Cam disagree, people. But I am going to back up as to why. I think this because of this, this, and this. But then that allows Peter and Cam's and people's in the comments to then get a better perspective. Because I want to understand, because you're going to make me look at things from a different perspective. That's how you learn. Cam's has done it many a time. Peter's done it. People in the comments have done it. Where I've said something and we've had a legit like discourse and we've gone back and forth and I've learned something new. And I'm like, interesting. It happened on Manchester United, for example, when I was talking about players, back to players, Manchester United, the 3 teams we're chasing, players we should be signing should be of that caliber and that status. And then a guy made a point, I can't remember who it was a regular though. I was talking about Liverpool and was like, when Liverpool was making their signings, would we have said those players would have got into the City side? And I'm like, that is a fair point. But a lot of the players we're talking about links with United, we've seen week in, week out, like at a decent enough level. Whereas Robinson's different. Van Dijk, we don't know. But then it made me to the realization, are these Liverpool players as good as they are? Do we overrate them? Is that why they don't get anywhere near City?
To be
and
fair,
then that started a whole new conversation.
To be fair, though, with the Liverpool players like a Van Dijk and an Alisson, they would have started anywhere. And anyone who says they wouldn't have are lying.
Yeah, because people didn't watch him, so that's what it is with me, because I can only comment on people. I wasn't watching Van Dijk week in, week out at Southampton.
But yeah, I would say like the system argument and like fit obviously is the more important thing, right? Like it's not just about pure accumulation of talent in professional sports. Things have to also fit together.
Yeah.
So at what point you want to compromise in terms of raw talent for fit with like circumstances, that's up to you. Like with Liverpool, they found the right blend. So you could say they've maximized a large majority of their signings to the point where the whole was better than the sum of the parts. And that's just kind of the way to, I feel like the way a lot of fans look at things, they look at talent above everything else. And that's just not entirely realistic.
No, and it shouldn't be that way. And like I said, again, systems based, because Liverpool had other things in place. Like they had a manager there. They have a manager who had a system and an idea in place, whereas United don't have that. But that's what really irritates me. Not only the tribalism, the clear agendas, and then not backing up your point. So I'm like, you're just saying stuff to say things. This is why a lot of the time I get onto Ryan and that, because he's very smart when he wants to be, but then he likes to play dumb. So that's why I stick it on him. Because I've had we've done shows and I'm like, yo, this is why I stick it on you, because you bring up great points, but then you just do this dumb shit at times. So people are like, oh, why are you always so harsh on him and cutting him off? Because I'm not here to hear his nonsense. Like, if you want to, we all run jokes and run bants. Like, that happens. That's calm. But we all know when we are running jokes and running bants. And there's a time and place for that, and it's not Q&As. That's after a game, you know what I'm saying, on a watch-along or whatever type of thing, or if the question is asked by one of the people in the comments. So that's how I look at it. But yeah, people's tribalism and agendas is ridiculous. And tearing down one player to big up our own player. But it's like, right, ain't you supposed to be a fan of the team? I'm Manchester United first and foremost. Over any player. I'm Manchester United first and foremost. I had a fan tweet me that. Like, it was last month, because Donny and you're in the mud because Donny and Martial are leaving. Because you're a Donny and Martial stan. I was like, yo, I'm a Manchester United FC stan. What are you talking about? A man shut up, didn't tweet me back. I'm like, yeah, that's just dumb shit. Just because two players who I rate at the club are leaving doesn't mean I'm in the mud.
Now you guys are all in the mud because you're tied to Burnley.
This is my point, because they're two players who could have made a difference in that game. But let these lot tell it, you know what I'm saying? McTominay's better. Let these lot tell it, Rashford's better. No, they're not. Simple as that. I've been screaming about these players not being good enough for the longest. And now I started actually watching, because what people got to realize is under Ollie's reign, I stopped watching closely. So I'm still doing watch-alongs, but I'm not analyzing like clearly. And when I started watching games like properly as soon as Ollie left, I realized how bad Bruno was. Like, I knew he wasn't great, but I'm actually sat and watching him and be like, yo, you are genuinely bad. Rashford the same. Like, I'm watching all these players closely again. Like, I've turned the comments off. I'm watching the game, like, fully focused. But there's people for you, innit? You know what I'm saying? And there's people for you at the genders. I just want to see my team be successful.
I feel like your fan base is especially bad with it, though, like with the tribalism. Like, ours is annoying, but, like, we win enough to where, like, we can all, like, unite together under, like, certain things. Like, we attack our own players, but if other clubs attack our players, it's like, nah, we're not doing this. Like, put your Champions League on the table. I'm not hearing this. Like, you know? But like, with United fans, it's just so bad.
Do you know what it is, though? It's the United fans that have never seen their team win anything.
Yep.
Like, it's the ones that have seen their team win everything. They're usually the more quiet ones, because they're like, all right, we've seen everything now. Like, football goes in cycles. It's the ones that have seen nothing that are just like, yeah, we're Manchester United. We've won this, and this. It's like, bro, you haven't seen any of that. Like,
but that's where it stems from the tribalism is desperation.
Bro, people are like 18 and they're running Moscow jokes on me. I'm like, you were 5. You were 5 years old. What are you talking about, Moscow?
Yeah,
you know, but it is what it is.
Because also why it's worse with Manchester United, because we associate that the youth thing with success, because we had great success with it, and all during Fergie's reign it was there. but he doesn't guarantee it. It's just that was a special group of players. But if you look at from Fergie's start all the way to the end, even at the end, he still had Gary Neville there. He still had Paul Scholes there. So you still have that. And he's still bringing through youth players. So people associate with that. But that was a special group of players with a special manager, with special talent around him as well to make all those things click. Like, it don't work. Like, you don't get 6 or 7 youth players coming through. I said if you get 2 out of a group, that's very good. Because the odds of that are very low, because where the likes of Manchester United, Chelsea, and Liverpool are trying to reach, there isn't many footballers in the world that are in that bracket. So to go and pluck them from the youth system is even tougher. You're talking the top 1% that Liverpool are looking at, that Chelsea are looking at, that United are looking at. To go and how many players have signed for our clubs and failed? He would be successful elsewhere. If you put Lukaku elsewhere, he's successful. He's been at my club. He's at Chelsea right now. He's not good enough. There's other players. I bet there's players in what's it called, in the Liverpool team. Cam doesn't particularly rate, but I bet if you take them, let's say for instance he didn't rate Joe Gomez. I'm not saying he does or he doesn't, but if he didn't, if you put Joe Gomez in another Premier League side lower down the table, he's a solid Premier League defender. He has success.
Villa will be perfect for him.
That's my point. But because where Liverpool you're trying to challenge for Champions League and Premier Leagues, therefore you need the best of the best.
You don't have to go all the way down to Villa. Go to Arsenal. He'd be great.
Yeah, that's my point. Because you're legit in the 1% of like footballers that you're trying to attain. Or Spurs, for instance.
I had that discussion with Arsenal fans over the summer. I told them Joe Gomez would improve their starting 11, and they looked at me like they were like, "Oh, you're crazy." I was like, All right."
See, and stuff like this is people just saying shit to say shit. So we're just gonna move on from that. Dutch Master says, agenda is part of human nature. People who claim they have none kidding themselves and those around them.
Let me try and rephrase and repackage a little bit of what we're talking about to get the general message straight. When Flawless and Cams and I are speaking about agendas, obviously people have their own opinions. People have their preferences. We're not saying we don't have preferences, things we like, things we dislike. We're not saying we don't have those things as everyone else does, because we clearly do. The thing that we are talking about more so is those things should not so heavily impact your ability to have as objective a conversation as possible with somebody that disagrees with you, just because of their preferences as well. Your preferences in this space, it seems too often that your preferences and likes and dislikes have to align enough to the point where you feel you can have a genuine conversation. And that shouldn't be the case. C1 saying, Flawless and I don't like tribalism. Tribalism is a built-in part of the sport. We understand that.
Yeah,
but I have no time for tribalism when it impacts somebody's ability to have an honest conversation when we're trying to honestly conversate. That is the problem. Yeah. Guys, as content creators in this space, right? As people who talk ball, we have to try and have conversations. There has to be certain axes upon which we can agree that things are just true. There are certain things we accept as truth in this space, right? Because you can say everything boils down to opinion, but you're also not going to come on here and saying N'Golo Kante is a bad player, because then nobody would just listen to you.
This is my
you have
point.
to start somewhere.
Yes,
there has to be a starting point somewhere. There has to be a basis for rational conversation. And the feeling is at least in my opinion, so many people let the tribalism drip through so heavily that there is no rational basis for conversation. And that's the part I don't like. That is the part that I think gets under Flawless's skin. Because when you deal with people like that, what can you even discuss in good faith? Nothing.
You can't discuss nothing. It's terrible for content creators.
Being here, fuck.
Yeah. For content creator purposes, it's no good. Sorry to cut you off. It's no good. You can run jokes and bad stuff. For instance, for those that was on the Q&A last week, I had my boy JG jump on, who's an Arsenal fan. He was waived. He was two Captain Morgan bottles in. So I understood why he was saying what he was saying. But that's the prime example. Not only did I let it slide because he's my guy, but 2, he was waived. But he is very tribal. But that consistently, you can't get no conversation.
Yes.
When you got Arsenal fans just out here saying, "Oh, we're the 4th best team in the league, but if we finish 6th, that's okay." That don't make sense. That's an agenda because you like the manager. How you gonna tell me you're the 4th? You have the 4th best squad in the league, but finishing 6th is okay. If you believe you have the 4th best squad, the minimum finish should be 4th. Just practical. That's just logical. Similar to Peter's point about N'Golo Kante being he's not a bad player. He's a good player. Simple as that. Yeah, go on, fam.
We just have to, there has to be a rational basis for conversation. There has to be some sort of foundational cornerstone. There has to be something in order for us to have a conversation about anything in such a subjective space, right? And just with the tribalism and agendas, so many people are blinded by those two things, or they're so preoccupied with those two things because they feel that there are certain agendas or things they're tribal about give them personality, that I just feel I can't have a conversation in good faith. And if we cannot have conversations in good faith about the topic with you guys, like, with all due respect, like, what use are you here? What use are we here to you?
Yeah.
We're just here. Like, we're the men's just here meme. Like, you know, like, right, that's what it is. And like, that sucks. Like, that's a shitty place to be when you feel like you can't talk to someone because they're just so, you are just so ideological. You're just so off base with them in terms of what your perception of reality is relative.
Everything's just tribal. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything's just tribal.
To be, guys.
And like, for instance, you cannot rate a player, but if that player has a good game, doesn't mean you can't turn around. People will still turn around and say, "Oh, that player didn't have a good game." Everyone knows I'm not the biggest fan of Lindelof. Has he been good recently? Yes, and I turned around and said that. There's nothing wrong with that. He has been good recently. Do I believe he's good enough for where Manchester United want to go to? No. But has he been good next to Varane recently? Absolutely. And I'll admit that. Because if I had an agenda against him, which some people believe, I'd be like, nah, he's dead. No, I'll give him his flowers and say he's played well when he's played well. But what you lot won't do is, oh, he's played well, he's this and that. But then when he plays poorly, you want to sweep it under the rug. And we had this with the Pep Guardiola thing. Because we said nothing, everything we stated about Pep Guardiola was facts. But yet we still had people arguing against us. And you see, you get idiots like Lewis in the comments saying hashtag VL hype, but I know he's running bants and jokes.
Yeah. Champions of Europe.
Whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? Who cares about all that?
We got you. We here.
My point being is that people can't look past those things and that. And want to sweep, when it's a player they like or a manager they like, praise everything, but the bad things sweep under the rug. But then when it's on the flip and it's someone they dislike a player, or forget his like, when Pogba's played cold for Manchester United and been our best player over a good run of games, oh, nah, he's still dead. He needs to leave. Paul Scholes sat on TV and said, I don't know how he gets in this team over McTominay.
Paul Scholes also consumes toes in his free time, but that's what it is. We never got an explanation for that, by the way.
No, it was biting the toenails, isn't it?
Was he actually?
Yeah, he was biting the toenails.
Was he actually?
Yeah.
Did he confirm that?
It literally showed him doing that. He was biting her toenails.
Nah, we need some sort of follow-up on this. Like, we never got
we don't need any follow-up.
We don't need a sequel, man. We don't need a sequel, man.
We don't need to know the end of that.
Sequel. I'm not saying we need a sequel video. I'm saying we need clarification.
You know, like when they put out a sitcom, a new sitcom, and it says pilot episode, and the pilot don't get picked up because it's not a good show. That's that, innit? That's the pilot. We don't need to see no more. This ain't it.
I don't like how we just move past that as a society. I don't like.
I'm glad we did, man.
I like Paul Toes.
Like that.
Oh my god.
I don't like that. I really don't like that. Like that video leaked, and then we're like, wait, what? And then 4 days later, it was like, all right. Like,
why are you doing it too? Why have you filmed it through? Why have you leaked it?
How did he get away with this?
And why are you biting toenails? What is going on? That's not even a fetish thing.
That's not even that. Just like during a pandemic as well. Like, come on.
Was it his does?
She was flexing on her Instagram. She was like, my own personal nail clipper or something.
There we go. There you got more context to it. There you go. It's bad. Yeah. I'm calling him Paul Toes, you know. That's mad. That's mad.
Paul Fuck.
That's good, yo. That's so simple but effective. I've never heard that before. But yeah, man, that's wild, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? Hey, VL Hive, Lewis, you can have him when AC leaves, innit? You know what I'm saying? And that one Scandinavian defender for another.
Wait, you mean generic brand AC? We'll take him.
Yeah, man, take the Scandinavian savior. So one's gone, you can take the other one, innit? You take VL in it. There you go. Replace the Danishman with a Swedish man. There you go. It works, innit? We traded in the red and white flag for the blue and yellow.
I'm gonna be honest. Scholes with the feet is weirder. I think it's weird.
At least you can eat chicken. Like no one's out eating.
Yeah, like whatever did was strange. Don't get me wrong. It was weird.
Yeah, everyone went to Old Trafford and he started smelling the ground.
Factoring in whose toes those were and what he was doing to them, like that's another different type of Pandora's box. Ever's also the same guy who grabs grass and eats it on television. So, like, does it really shock me that he would do something like that? Not really.
Strange.
The way
People
he
are
did it,
strange, man.
he just went in Old Trafford. He started like looking around like he was a little kid. Picked up the grass. He's like, it tastes just like it did when I was here before.
Yeah, so at least he's done it before. Like, people are strange in it. That's what you'd have to realize. Nothing should shock you, people. Same way Chris Kirkland was out here talking about animal cruelty is worse than racism. I know, don't surprise me.
I find it very hilarious
that
Adidas, who kills animals to make their boots, suspended their sponsorship deal with Kurt Zuma over the mistreatment of animals.
I guess
it's the same, very funny.
The same company that's sponsoring the World Cup. This in Qatar. Guess who the companies? Adidas. Wow, big shock.
Yep. But I just find that very hilarious. They literally murder animals to make their product to sell to you. But we can't have Kurt Zuma because of the optics. And I'm not defending what Kurt Zuma did at all. What he did was disgusting. And fuck him, like, to be honest. But, like...
that goes without saying. Like, everyone knows that was ridiculous.
Now we're getting into, like, real selective morality over things.
It's the point scoring for me. Like, I don't. Yeah. Try to point score and stuff.
And it's like, all right, this is a slippery slope. I'm not sure if we want to try and even like broach this. It's where do you stop now? Where do you stop? Who knows?
I've not even tried to talk on this anywhere because it's like
that's why I didn't.
It's too slippery for me.
That's what even shocked. I'm just like, yo, this is just typical. Basically, like, let's call. I seen Aaron tweet this. It was saying along the lines of paraphrasing, but basically they're saying animal lives, a cat's life is worth more than black lives. That's basically what they're saying. Let's call a spade a spade. That's what that statement says.
Yeah, he said racism just mean words.
Yeah, a cat's life is worth more than black lives, people. A cat.
Bear in mind, this was a white man saying, one's mean words and the other's like
because you never experienced it.
Exactly.
Mean words and that. Yeah, okay. All right. And you know what I'm saying? Go talk to somebody who's been racially abused.
I promise you, if racism was just mean words,
it wouldn't be that big.
We would take that. we would take that.
It wouldn't be that deep.
There would be no BLM if racism was just mean words.
Yeah, facts. There probably wouldn't have been any slavery, people. But here we are.
Like, it's cool.
I'm saying, you know, that big thing that happened called slavery.
If the racism was just mean words, I would not be living in this country. Probably, it'd be cool. I'd still be in my homeland.
Facts. I'm saying facts. I'd have a fake accent. The African attire. You know what I'm saying? The bone in the nose. It'd be calm. You know what I'm saying? Chilling with my lions and gazelles and that. Would have been calm.
There'd be no soul food here in the States. Like
facts.
America'd be worse.
Chilling in the motherland. Speaking the mother tongue.
There'd be like a really shitty NBA product.
Oh, all sport would be dead. The record in 100 meters would be like 15 seconds. That'd be the world record.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be like 15 seconds.
Yup.
It's like the NBA, the scoring title. If you average 10 points, you're a Hall of Famer. So it would be. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't care about golf and F1 and all these things. There'd be no Mike Tyson, no Muhammad Ali, no Floyd Mayweather. The list goes on and on and on, people.
Pele, no Pele's of this world.
No Pele's.
The greatest sporting icons, most of them are black.
Yeah. No Ronaldinho's. We would have all that. Yes, Black Swan. We would have all our natural resources. Facts.
Fuck, we wouldn't have a Champions League. Fuck. We'd be Arsenal. Fuck.
One thing I'd say, my team probably would have a Champions League. I ain't gonna lie. We'd have one.
Yeah, you got one before black people played like this.
Yeah, we'd have one. Yeah, we'd have one. That's what I'm saying. We'd have one.
No, we'd have none.
Hey, but the African Premier League would slap though. Like the African Premier League, the African Champions League, that would slap.
100%.
Imagine that. Like that 100%. African Cup of Nations would bang.
I think there was an NBA question up here from Star Sailor somewhere.
Yeah. He said, and just wanted to get to this from Danny before you click onto that. Says, I'm having the same thing with Adamo. Great personality off the pitch. Loved in the last few seasons, but since then he's just muscle now and pace and messing about with his contract, but always hoping the best. You know what it sounds like, Dan? It sounds like Lewis talking about Andreas Christensen if you just take off the muscle and pace bit. If you do that, I'm having the same thing with Andreas Great
Why are you
personality
throwing
off the
first
pitch.
shots for the Champions
Loved
League,
him
bro?
last.
What's going on with you?
How is it? How is it a shit? Can I finish the statement and then we'll see if this statement makes sense? So I'm having the same thing with Andreas. Great personality off the pitch. Loved in the last few seasons, but since then he's just messing about with his contract. I always hoping the best. What's wrong with that?
Why are you trying to include Andreas Christensen slander and everything? What's going on with you?
How am I injured? How is that slander? Is that not facts?
You
Did that
mentioned
statement I just said
Champions
not
League
make sense?
winner and Club of the Year member Andreas.
That wasn't in the example I'm using here. Though. If Dan would have included, I would have included that.
Comment. Oh my god. Just hello, motherfuckers.
That is good. You just be Tommy Egan, Kate Egan.
Nah. Lewis said Chelsea fans would be happier.
Yeah, that's deep. Oh my god. Oh Jesus. Yeah,
bro,
man. Tommy,
NBA would be literally like Luka versus Miles Plumlee. It'd be so bad.
Jesus. Yeah, it'd be Luka and Reeves, isn't it?
Yeah, we'd have no players.
Yeah.
I don't think we have any white players that play. One white player has a torn ACL.
It's mad. Watford would be in like.
We wouldn't even have a coach.
Yeah, Watford would be in like Conference North. All the black players they have. You know what I'm saying?
Watford would have like 4 Prem goals.
Yeah. Watford would be in like Conference North without all the black players and that.
They'd have Cleverly. They'd have what's his face, the Chilean dude, Serralta.
Kuko. They'd have Kuko in it, and that's it. Ben Foster.
Left back.
Shit, they won't even have Messina. They won't even have Messina because he's African.
I was gonna say he's African. So
no losers.
They'd have Kuka, Cleverly. Oh my lord. They'd have like 7 players.
It'd be peak for them.
It'd be so bad.
It's calm, man. Chelsea still have Mason Mount. It's calm.
That is true.
We'd have the Lone Army would all be playing. Oh my god. Oh my god.
To be honest, Belgium win the 2018 World Cup instead of France.
Oh my god.
Facts, Lewis, facts.
It is. Oh my god.
Hey, Burnley might be like top 4.
Burnley challenging for top 4 on a regular basis.
Who scores all the goals this year?
Isaac Cornet. Big up Saint in the cut as well.
Hey, previously, isn't it?
Speaking of Saint, no snowfall either. Lord of mercy, we be in the bin. No the wire, no nothing fam. Hip hop, nothing. Jesus.
Lewis said no one would know what the Rock was cooking. Oh my god.
Stone Cold versus the Rock.
No Stone just have DX fighting themselves. Like, yo, he ain't gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? No, it doesn't matter what that will even come into it. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody clipped that from the NBA.
Oh, that was hilarious. But I did that to Ryan.
Doesn't matter what you say.
Come on, Peter. I think Lewis did that to someone. I think he did it to you.
It doesn't matter.
He did to Surf, I think.
Did you do that today?
That's it. No spinner Roonies, you know. But yeah, you're right. C1, the facts, these big accounts back. John Terry to this day is funny, but want to cancel Zuma quicker than Uber Eats delivery is funny. What Zuma did was wrong, but the irony is funny. Yeah, exactly. Like people can't get past that. Like 2 things can be wrong, but completely separate. And that's my thoughts on it. They're not comparable. Like the same way when crimes are committed and you have different level of crimes, it's the same with this shit. Like not every crime do you get the same sentence. Like you're not getting the same. Petty theft is not the same as murder. Manslaughter is not the same as jaywalking, for instance. Like there's levels to this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same with this. And if you think these are on the same level and deserve to be in the same, no. Like being a serial killer murderer is different. You know what I'm saying? From a parking ticket. Like they're really chalk and cheese people. And that's what these 2 things are.
It's like we
both
were talking
wrong.
About was it in the Watford thing? We was talking about the Basuma thing. People try to brand Basuma as the same as Greenwood. It's like it's not the same thing.
Yes. We're talking about the
nowhere near the same thing.
Nowhere near the same like scenario.
Oh, nowhere near. And even then with that scumbag thing, and then they're trying to link in Ravel Morrison, who has nothing to do with that.
Oh, that one annoyed me. Like another youth product goes down the drain. It's like, do you know why?
I've seen that, man.
Do you know why Ravel Morrison's career spiraled out? I think
they don't.
Do you know why? No. Have you watched the podcast that he did on it? No. I'm guessing
people just are stroking this. Yeah. And Surface says, "Yo, Top Boy would be renamed Top Geezer." Oh my god, yo!
Oh, the new season's coming out soon, isn't it?
Yeah, serious. We stacked, yo. We got Power Book 4-4. We got Snowfall. We got Top Boy. know what I'm saying? BMF will be back soon. Raising Cajuns, both their season 2s will be back. Like, let's go. You know what I'm saying?
I think somebody asked the Super Bowl question.
Get to it, fam.
I am going to watch the Super Bowl because it's like 3:30 in the afternoon my time, so I'll find a Super Bowl party to go to most likely. But I think the Rams will win. Somebody asked about the Pelicans trade for CJ McCollum. The Blazers are trying to clear cap space and try and give themselves as much of a blank slate in the summer as they can to either rebuild around Dame or trade Dame and completely tear it down and start over. So I think it's a good move for the Pelicans. I don't necessarily hate what the Blazers are doing. I think the Blazers are like a couple of years too late on tearing everything down. But I suppose it's better late than never. You don't want to get too far down like the road with the sort of like sunken cost fallacy idea, you know. So I get that. Any other questions I missed? Breaking Bad will be breaking Stella's facts.
and to Dutch Master, who says, I'm black, I've been abused by black people far more than white people, especially verbally. I hope you're just running bants. You know what I'm saying? Wait, what? He's not. What are we talking about here?
I have no idea where that came from.
What are you like? See, it is like you are a part of the problem because there's no gray area with this. No pun intended, but it's all black and white. Like, what does this have to do with anything? No, I've never been racially abused by a black person. So what are we talking about,
guys? How do we get there?
I have no idea in it, but I ain't got no time for this shit. I can hold a block in it. I have no idea.
What is going on?
Yo, people just being idiots.
It's like one of those bot accounts that says like, as a black man who lives in X city, what's really just some white dude behind the screen.
Yeah, we just chatting shit in it. So, you know, we're in a bit in it. Yeah, go on, carry on. I just have to get off my chest in it because normally, like, I ignore when trolls pop up and they're just like chatting shit like, about the channel or me or whatever. I let it slide, but stuff like this is serious issues I'm gonna call out. You know
guys,
what I'm saying?
in the comments, if you couldn't tell, we were running a joke on the whole racism is just bad words.
Yeah.
Like mean words tweet. Like we are running an extended joke. If you guys couldn't tell. You're a Chiefs fan in your face. I'm glad you see that. In your face, hold that. But yeah, people hit the like button.
Hit the like button. Yes, make sure you do before we close out. And
have a good shift at work, my brother.
Yes, Keenan, pick up my guy.
And that makes me happy knowing that you're probably sad. So you can hold that as well.
I think Keenan, I think you're all right still. I think Keenan's good.
Nah, Keenan's cool. So. I just you support United, so hold that.
Nah. In terms of United, I'm talking about. I don't think I've not seen him complain, so I think he's all right. I think he's in the boat with me. Like, we survived Dolly. We can survive anything. And this is nowhere near as bad.
Hey, yeah, you guys will be all right.
No facts.
I can't believe I'm seeing Arsenal fans tweet. Oh, the top four's in our hands. Oh, it's in our hands. And it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, sure. When you get packed by Wolves later today, there will be a watch along for that as well, people.
I was gonna say, guys,
beat up by Wolves.
Guys, I'm one Wolves win away from saying it.
Go on.
If Wolves win tomorrow, they're making top 4.
Okay. They were a dark
if you want. I don't care. I think I'm at that point in the season. I'm ready.
Hey, do your thing, fam.
I'm ready to jump.
Let me see. Let me check the table. Actually, I know West Ham are 4th from
That's that crazy. If they win tomorrow, they go above Arsenal.
Nah, they
yes.
don't.
Yes, they do.
So if Wolves win tomorrow, they'll be on 37 points. So they'll be 2 points behind United with a game in hand if they win tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah,
I reckon Wolves are. I think they beat Arsenal tomorrow and they're 6 at the end of tomorrow.
Hey, we're doing a watch line for that, right?
Yes, we are. We'll be late though. So Surfer did say he was going to hold it down. I'm jumping on no.
Do you pull it up?
Liverpool play at the same time, so I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyways, just hop on for the vibes. You can watch the Liverpool game.
I'm probably gonna be on a bit later because I finished work at 8. So it's one of them ones.
You, Cams. Fuck you.
Yeah,
how dare you make a living from
15 in the Liverpool game? So
that's
sacrifice, isn't it?
You have to work instead of hang out with us. The fuck?
Yeah, serious. How dare you have to make money? Ridiculous.
How selfish. Fuck.
Serious, yo. This guy. I thought we knew you, Cams.
I thought we were dogs. Right
side. Cookie crumbles.
But yeah, I can see. Like I said, yeah, the Wolves. If I do expect them to win tomorrow, though, and there will be a watch along on the channel. Surfer will be holding it down. Peter just said he will be here. I'll be on late though, people. That's all. So obviously I'm on Rance's Twitch 7 to 8. So that's why I'll probably pitch up about 8:05. I actually want to watch the game anyway. So then it was Surfer I was talking to, and he's like, I want to do that game anyway. So I was like, all right, cool. Don't forget, you will get Man United before that as well, people. 5 p.m. You get Man United before that. 5 p.m. Absolutely not. And then you man, are you Chelsea?
I'm going to go to my own show. I'm not going this week, guys.
I love how we knew that Burnley game was ending 1-1. We said, "Oh, this game, they score." Yeah,
we said, "Yo, when it's 1-1, you better let us in." You're like, "No."
Yeah, I was like, "Yo, if you think I'm going to be there, you can."
Yo,
yeah.
What was your reaction? What did you think when the ball went in the net? 1-1. What did you think?
Sorry, now I was just reading a comment of someone trying to promo their channel on here. But yeah, go on. Go on. What's the question?
Oh, no one cares about Tottenham. Like, let's be real. No one cares, brothers. Like, no one cares. Man came over here to promo his channel. Like, get your own people's in it. Like, why are you here at 2:00 in the morning? Yeah. Also, you're saying Tottenham. Like, we don't care, Chief.
Right. Yeah. Like, yeah, in a bit. Like, so yeah, go on. What was the question from? What was you asking?
When it went 1-1, what was going through your mind?
I was just like, we're gonna have a terrible performance in the second half. So we started off badly. And I was like, oh, this ain't it.
Think about all the homies rating the channel?
Did I think about all this what? One sec.
Did you think about
all this what?
All of us running over at full time in the Watford game?
Yeah, because I was like, yo, I'm gonna end the stream abruptly anyway. So I was like, yo, it is what it is, isn't it?
That was perfect, yeah. That was perfect. Like the game's like 15 minutes apart.
Yeah, I was like, yo, I'm just gonna end it. Like I was like, as soon as
time in Watford in the Watford West Ham game, I was like, fuck, I'm not gonna lie, I'm sad, but everybody, I put the link in the chat. Hop over, go.
Yeah, I was like, yo, I'm just gonna end the stream like abruptly, and you know what I'm saying, because I was like, I ain't dealing with this, and I knew I'd go over to Red Talk, which obviously it did cheer me up because Bainesy's just Bainesy in it. Bainesy just cheered. As soon as I landed, the jokes look, I already knew what had happened between Rance and Bainesy because the chat was telling me already over here before I went over there. Like, yo, I know Rance.
What happened?
Yeah, because we drew in it. And Ronaldo obviously played bad, so Rance was just cooking Ronaldo. So then I've gone over there, and Bainesy's like not saying much, and Rance has got a grin on his face. So I've laughed as soon as I've landed, and then Bainesy's gone, "Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing though? It's not funny." He's like, "Why are you laughing?" He's like, "Why are you laughing? You that laugh?" That's what he said. Yeah, that laugh again. That's what he said. Guy always laughing, and I'm like, "Yo, I've just got here. How are you getting on to me? And I've just landed." He's like, "Why are you laughing?" Because I'm like, I know exactly what's happened. I can look at both your expressions to know exactly what happened. And I said, the chat told me too. And then he didn't say too much. And then we got into the actual game because I was annoyed at the game simply because it was the Middlesbrough game all over again. A game we should have won. And it sucks that we don't help ourselves and then the refs don't help ourselves because there's no way that's a foul. Not a chance that's a foul.
Yeah, you guys swap your results for performances, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've done the
I'd take that though.
100%. Depends where you are.
Yeah.
Like,
just because I've seen so many bad performances, I was tired of I actually look forward to watching United, and I keep saying this to people, and people keep sleeping on it in terms of there's parts in games, whether it's for 20 minutes, 15 minutes, or 45 minutes, where we've controlled games. We've not had that control in games for like 3 years. So to see that is good. We haven't put in a performance in the first half against Burnley that good. Same with the Middlesbrough game for the majority, the Crystal Palace game, parts of the Brentford game, parts of the Aston Villa game. So I can see the improvements. It's just a lack of talent. Now we're getting more. We dominated. Like, I can't remember the last time we went away from home and had like 65% possession.
Yeah, it's been a minute since United have had like a bad performance. Like the performances have been improving. Like little by little.
Yeah, but then obviously they're still there. The likes of the Newcastle game is still there. The Brentford game is part. The bad parts are still there simply because of the lack of quality in the side. And that was before he started playing 4-3-3 as well. He's now gone onto a formation I've said I want us to play. I think it suits us best. And it'll also switch.
People's making enough fuss about Wan-Bissaka's fully lost his place now at right back.
Yeah,
this guy that everyone was telling me is world class. Like certain people telling me he's top 5 right backs in the league. Like he should be playing for England. He's better than Trent. like these Reece James, Trent, and Wan-Bissaka debates that were going on not too long ago. Like, where's Wan-Bissaka now? Where is he?
Facts. But people were telling me again at the low, but people were ready to write off the low. I was a part of the Wan-Bissaka because I was like, yo, that's my guy. So that's where the tribalism comes in. But I see the error in my ways and go, yeah, I got that completely wrong. I'm going to back.
Never got a run of games, though, innit? Like,
again,
now he's got a run of games. He looks quality.
Yes, he's miles better. But people were telling me he wasn't good enough to play.
He's not good
I'm
enough
like, based off of what?
He can't. He's not as good defensively as Wan-Bissaka. Who cares?
I'm like, based off of what? We haven't seen him play often enough. People trying to write off Donny. Based off of what? Say again?
FIFA cards and pace.
Yeah, literally, that is it.
People writing off Donny. I'm like, how can you tell me Donny's not good enough for us when we haven't seen him play? Give him a fair shot to succeed or fail. Dalot's been like, he was one of our better players against Burnley. Like he was involved. He almost held one of the goals. Like he should have been a goal.
I think his crossing was a bit off, but he was decent.
Yeah, like he clips. I like the fact he'll clip balls over the top. Lindelof does that very well. Dalot does it. He'll clip balls into the attacking players. He'll dribble as well. There was a time when he dribbled past a couple man and then played the ball. And I think did Bruno shoot and should have passed it, or whoever he passed it to should have like passed it to the overlap, but he decided to shoot. But he's an attacking outlet, and that's the same with Tellers on the other side. The show was good the first half, and the second half was non-existent.
Like Bruno was pretending like the ball was a grenade or something. He just kept on hitting it every time he got it.
Bruno just gone Bruno, fam.
I don't even think he had a bad game either, to be fair.
No, he wasn't bad. He was just frustrating at moments because there's times you need to move the ball over. He is the 10. He is Rashford, like in the 10 in terms of like his decision making. The amount of times I said on that watch along with him, like pass the ball, shift it, like not every time touch and shoot.
This is what happens when you've got a shooter as a number 10.
Yeah, he's the only shooter number 10 I know. That's a great point, Cams.
Literally.
I'm gonna quote you on that. He is the only shooter number 10 I know. He's the only one in history.
That's why he's not on number 10.
That's why he's not a 10, he's an 8. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's an 8. And he I didn't see the average position map, so it's kind of tough to figure out because obviously a 4-3-3 can look like a 4-2-3-1 out of possession, but he was high up. But Pogba was also high up, and that's why he got the goal. But yeah, he's just not it. I keep saying this. Even though I prefer him as an 8, he is not it. There's no midfielder who's a shoot-first midfielder that's successful. Because we've seen, you know who the
mid-table midfielders.
You know who the last one who was? He just actually went to Everton, died. Dele Alli. He was the last one I remember. He was a shoot-first 10. And it was Kane, it was Dele Alli, it was Eriksen, Dembele, that Spurs side. I said this at the time. I said Dele Alli is all well and good. He gives you goals and nothing else. This is the same with Bruno. These shoot first players don't like. You can be shoot first as a wide player. I even think in the modern day you can be shoot first as a 9 now. I think the only place you can do that is one of the wide players. Because I can't think any striker 9 we name, whether it's Kane, Aguero, Lewandowski, Benzema. None of these men are shoot first. Even Haaland.
Shoot first players in general are less useful than creators naturally.
Yeah.
Modern game.
It's like 9s now. You need to have more to your game than just goal scoring. Like you need to be able to link the play, like hold the ball up, things like that. Like if you're just a poacher now in the modern game, you're just like, what, like
you either need to have an entire system built behind you to supply you, in which case, best case scenario, you're extremely replaceable. Or you need to have more to your game to make yourself an integral part of the system that you participate in.
And this ain't the 90s, man. It's not a 4-4-2 era no more. Like, that shit died. And Abdi, the fact that you said it's a bad take tells me all I need to know. I know I'm on the right side of the fence. Anytime you Statman Baines to a certain extent, or Ryan on the other side of the fence, I'm like, yeah, I'm on the right side of the fence here. If you think Benzema is a shoot first striker, you haven't watched Benzema enough. If you think Lewandowski is that, you haven't watched Lewandowski enough.
Lewandowski's all-round player is ridiculous.
Yes.
Same with Benzema. Ridiculous.
Benzema. If you think Benzema shoot first, yeah. But you know, this is the Lakers Bucks fans telling me I got bad takes, but here we are. Surfer says, question for the panel, and please take your time when answering. How great am I? You're an absolutely outstanding
6 out of 10.
Man called you Mason Mount, you know. Don't take that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you're champion of Europe if you Mason Mount.
Don't take that. I'm saying, hey, that don't book him up from any higher than a 6 out of 10. And you know what I'm saying?
That's
Alonso is
that's above
so-
average. I think he'll take that.
yeah, exactly. That's like saying Alonso champions of Europe. You all can't stand
He
it.
is.
There we go.
What's up?
I'm just saying, I'm pointing that out, isn't it? Like, being a champion of Europe doesn't mean you're
trying to liken Surfer to Alonso. Look at you.
I didn't. I called him Mason Mount. You called him Mason Mount. Don't try to
I
flip
said
this
he
on
was
me. You
6
called
out of
him.
10.
That's
You
Mason
called him
Mount.
Mason Mount.
So what's a 6 out of 10? You think Mason Mount 6 out of 10? Yeah. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you hear that silence, people. You hear that silence. That was reality crashing around Peter. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? In that. That's not silence.
That's what that was.
I should have said 7. Yeah.
Yeah, you should have said 7. And then it
Take
could have
that.
been.
Yeah,
Reece
see,
James.
Surfer says he'll take that. He knows what's up.
All right, cool, innit? Whatever. If you take, yeah, because.
Hey. Wow. That's outrageous. That's
dick,
you know what? That's too much. Cams, you gotta take your time out. That's too much. Have you thought about what you've done?
Yeah. I'm holy. I'm holy now. I'm a better man.
We had a moment of weakness.
Oh my god. Yeah. Who said this? Like, again, it's unrealistic to expect us to score 3 or 4 every game. Maguire's an issue, slow, can't play a high line, which is why we always concede goals that come through his deficiencies. I'm not who's expecting United to score 3 or 4 goals, 3 or 4.
It's not about control the game.
Just controlling the game, though. Yeah.
Guys, it's not about how many goals you score each game. It's about what it looks like when it's happening. Like, no one has said we need to score more goals explicitly.
Yeah,
although that would be great, but like that only happens through sustaining consistent pressure and creating chances.
Well, all right, if you think Lewandowski's shoot first, cool. Aguero changed his game. That's why Pep dropped him.
No, Pep preferred Gabriel Jesus in strike.
Yeah.
It's just proving the point more. He preferred Jesus because Jesus was more of a presser.
Yeah, like Aguero initially was, but yes, I'm saying towards the back couple, like he became more of a team player. But his goals was ridiculous. Haaland, I can't comment on as much, but I love the way
Dortmund, like he can be a shoot first player, but at a top side, he's not going to be a shoot first player. Trust me.
I love how you left out Benzema as well. So you love to do that, Abdi. When I make a great point, you always want to leave out certain players in it, but we move.
I think Lewandowski is a much better link-up player.
Lewandowski's quality.
Because he's such a good goal scorer that people don't credit him with his link-up play.
And I don't think Aguero shoot first either. Haaland, I need to watch more of.
Aguero doesn't play at all anymore, to be fair. So
yeah. But like Aguero, like he wasn't shoot like he was initially. Actually, I tell a lie, he wasn't. He was just a great goal scorer. He could still occupy defenses.
Mm-hmm.
You could still drop off and link up and play smart passes.
He's always been that way.
I didn't mention Suarez either.
Yeah. Well, Suarez is the prime example as well. Like someone who scored a lot of goals, but he's not shoot first. He'll create as well.
All-round player was just
different. Whereas my point is, I'm not talking like you don't look at Lewandowski and go, he's an old school number 9. Not anymore. And same with Benzema. Even Haaland, I don't. From the few times I've seen him, Aguero is the last of that type. But even Pep, tried to switch him up.
He's not though. He can be, but he's not.
He
played in the 2 at Atletico Madrid. He played in the 2 for long stints at Manchester City. Yeah, he played up front on his own under Pep and had to do the link thing and the press thing. But Aguero's a lot more versatile than he gets given credit for. Like, I don't like how people have rubbed out his entire career to not include what he did at Atletico Madrid before he got the transfer to Manchester City, and ignoring that he was operating in a front 2 for a period of pretty much until Pep showed up in 16-17. Like most of his I don't actually know if it's most. It might be like 60-40 either way. But for large portions of the season, he's playing alongside either Dzeko, Balotelli, somebody like a Tevez, or even like a Jovetic. Like Aguero can do the strike partner thing.
Was it a front 2 with Falcao? Was it Falcao or was it Haaland?
Falcao might have been let me look up 2000.
Was that Porto? I'm not sure.
Let me look up 2010-11 Atletico Madrid. I think that was Falcao. And then I think Diego Costa was on the bench.
Fuck.
Yep.
Yo, Atletico Madrid, their strikers throughout the years just
ridiculous. And Flawless explained how Bruno is a shoot first player and Lewandowski isn't. If Bruno picks up the ball from 25 yards out, he's looking to shoot. If Lewandowski picks up the ball from 25 yards out, I'm not saying he can't leng it from 25 yards, but he will look to link up. Bruno, when Bruno was given a free role, he played as a striker. He was higher than our 9, whoever that 9 was at the time, whether that's Martial, whether that's Cavani, whether it was Rashford, whoever. Like the average position map shows this. He didn't play as a 10. He played as a 9. No false 9. He played as a 9. Many of the average position maps, he was our striker. That tells you he shoot first because strikers want to get into the box. That adds into the argument and the debate I'm making as well. Bruno doesn't want to do link up things because given a free role, we've seen what he did.
Rabona crosses.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Bruno's never doing that.
Crosses.
When you ever see Bruno ever doing that?
It was Forlan, and then Costa was on the bench.
Shit.
They had a young Koke in the squad, De Gea, Felipe Luis, Godin, Raul Garcia. They had Antonio Reyes, the Invincible, in their squad. Ooh, these are a bunch of throwback names.
You know what? You can't name your top team, like elite top team that doesn't have a link play striker. Well, I say who can link play. Every single top team has a link play man in the middle.
You look like the top 5. You look at the favourites for the Champions League, they all have one.
Every single one.
They all have one. So yeah, Abdi, that's the best way to describe it.
Like even Lukaku can link play. Like I know people want to shell Lukaku right now, but he can link.
If you don't want to count Lukaku, like there's ways that Chelsea can operate where they can put somebody in there who can do it.
Havertz, isn't it? Havertz.
We're the closest to being able to say no, but even we don't have like just a poacher up there who poaches and a system entirely predicated around that. That's not how top level football works.
Yeah, poachers. You can't have an Inzaghi anymore in the game with just poachers. You can't have that.
Again, Abdi, you're missing the point. Give Lewandowski the ball in the box. I'm cutting you off right there. Who said anything about him being in the box?
Yeah, not talking about being in the box.
He's a striker in the box and he gets the ball. He's not going to pass it.
Man, just say anything. I'm done. Like, that's most attacking players. If you give most attacking players the ball in the box, of course they're going to shoot. But man just want to move arguments when they're proved wrong. This is the prime example
we're talking like in transition when you've got runners ahead of you and like it comes.
This is what I'm talking about, man. Like when I say people don't want to listen and that, I'm done talking. You know what, Abdi, right? I'm done talking.
The other game, I saw Ronaldo crossing the ball to Bruno. Is that not supposed to be the other way around?
Yeah, I'm done talking to man, innit? Like, I can't be asked. Someone had a good question. This is interesting. Flawless, and I'll probably talk about this more in depth tomorrow. Thoughts on the players wanting Poch. If it is true, who gives a shit what the players fucking want? You know what I'm saying? And that, who cares? You don't run shit. You're an employee. You know what I'm saying? Not the employer. You don't dictate to us who brings in. Imagine try that. You lot have jobs. Imagine that. Imagine Cams went into his workplace tomorrow and was like, yo, nah, I don't want him as the boss. I want him as the boss. I have no powers to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nonsense. If it is true, this is a hypothetical. And judging by, and half of our players ain't good enough to where we want to go to anyway. So who cares what they think? They shouldn't be here in 2-3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'd get rid of a lot of them. And then the ones I wouldn't get rid of wouldn't be starting. Yeah, go on.
I seen someone tweet, I think the Lears on Twitter, he tweeted, the United players have seen how the PSG players have like been stepping and all over like Pochettino and like that's what they want. They want another manager like that that's giving them an easy ride and like they can boss around and like do stuff like that. Like, they don't
want to be held accountable. They don't want to be coached.
Literally, they just want a babysitter.
Whereas we've seen Ralph have issues because Ralph's a drill sergeant and wants things a particular way. Ten Hag, it seems, is the same with his Ajax model and his philosophy, and that's what they want. Yeah, so it is what it is. Abdi, I'm done talking to you, so you can talk to yourself. So yeah, that's what it is. Who cares what the players want? We just need to get a system in place that works best for Manchester United. That's what's best for certain players of who they like and who they. You don't have to like the manager if you're successful. Who cares? I don't care if you don't like each other.
With your group of players, Tuchel isn't working there. Like a manager like a Tuchel, it wouldn't work out.
Who?
It's like Thomas Tuchel at Manchester United. It wouldn't work.
Yeah, I don't think any top level manager it works out with because these players are not good enough first and foremost.
It would be a war on the training ground after 2 days.
Yeah, and that's what we need. I said this, we need civil war. We've seen it with the Avengers. They need
thing
civil
with-
war to happen for Infinity War and
Too
Endgame.
many egos. Too
The
many egos.
thing with the Chelsea players, though, is they were undercoached and undermanaged for so long and mismanaged. They wanted to be coached. They were ready to, they were at a place where, all right, let's do this.
There's no egos in that Chelsea team, though.
There is egos. Don't get me wrong.
When he took over, Tuchel, Mason Mount's not got a massive ego. If you compare him to Rashford, Rashford's on
it's not as
bags a week.
And it's not what it is at Manchester United either. And we were in a place where it's hey, we're in the mud. We need to get results. Marcus Alonso, you're playing. Ben Chilwell, you can sit. Mason Mount, you can sit. You can watch others play. Tammy Abraham, you can sit. You can watch Giroud play for a bit. You know what it is? It's stuff like that. But you need a specific type of mentality amongst the group and a consistent work ethic and everybody to be on the same page for somebody to come in and have results to that effect. I hope if people take nothing else from this interim stint, put respect on what Tuchel did last season. It's not as replicable and as simple as people make it sound.
Facts, definitely not. Definitely
it's
not.
We got a manager from the German league. He's going to be great. Nah, it's not that simple.
And that's why I give Ralph credit for what he's doing, because even on top of all the things that you lot have named, these players are just not good enough. It's a quality issue. People can say egos and mentality and things like that. These might, even if they had all them things, I don't think they're at the level that needs to be.
Your players are not good, and your squad is woefully unbalanced.
Yeah, they're just not it. And we've made the squad worse, which I can't really get onto Ralph about. I think, minus the Donny one, I think they're out of his hands. I think they're already set in stone. That should have been.
Next season could be a very bad season for United.
Depends. It could be depending on what we do. Legit, in terms of, it could be very, very good or it can be very bad. I don't think there's any middle ground anymore.
So let's say Pogba's going to leave. Cavani's going to leave. Let's say you don't get top form, or let's say you do get top form. Ronaldo leaves.
I'm with that, man. I'm with that.
I think it's best if Ronaldo leaves United. I'm not going to lie. I think it is best.
I think it is as well.
Absolutely. I agree.
I don't think it's thingy for him to stay. I don't think it's good for the club for him to stay.
I wouldn't take him at my club. I know that for sure.
Flawless, if you don't rate Bruno, then that definitely means you won't rate Mason Mount. Well, I've said this. Mason Mount is just the Portuguese Bruno. I've watched enough Chelsea games this season to figure that out.
I think Mount's got more to his game, but I don't even...
Profile I'm talking about. For where Chelsea are trying to go, Mount's not it.
I agree.
I don't mind Mount because at least no one's ever compared Mount to a Cantona. And like I said, he's elite. He's the best midfielder in the world. He's top 3.
He's just a good player. And that's
it. People accept what Mount is. He's a good player.
But then you get people who overhype him. But for where Chelsea are trying to go to, he's not it. He'll get replaced.
Yeah, squad player for what Chelsea are trying.
And that's not a shot. People think being a squad player is a bad thing. Squad players can be very useful and very effective in long. You play 50, 60 games a season.
Look at Ollie was a squad player at United, and he was a good player.
That's what I'm saying.
We're going to play 65 games this season.
See, there you go. Playing 65, you need all 25 buddies. When you're playing 65 games a season, 60 games, you're in 4 or 5 competitions. Of course.
Chelsea making another final.
Flawless, do you believe we're 18 months down the line to being in the same position asking for the manager to go and play his revolt? If we don't get this right, yes. It's all about getting this right. Ralph has to go in the consultancy role. He has to get the manager he wants and can work with in charge. Then we have to listen to both of those things. We have to put the structure in place. If we do that, that's a great start. It's a phenomenal start. If we don't do that, then it's an issue. If Ralph doesn't go upstairs and we just go and get not Conte, but a Conte as manager who's just here for short term, we might have some say we're back in the same boat. We become a cup team. And that will then let us know this club is not serious about trying to win the Premier League. We're looking at Champions League, FA Cup, and League Cup. And we're just going to continue, and then we'll just accept that. If we don't get it right this summer, I'll accept that. Because I still believe this is salvageable. I know footballing situation is not salvageable, but this sets us back if we don't get it right. Because everything is in place. The Ralph Ragnick appointment initially and him to go upstairs showing me all right, United are trying to put the pieces in place. But if we go back and don't put them pieces in place in the summer, that tells us all we need to know. And we can just be a cup team. That's the aim.
Hey, being a cup team is kind of fun.
Yeah. But again, becoming a successful cup team. But there's no reason why you can't challenge for both. For me, I think that should be the bare minimum, is challenging on all fronts. When you spend and invest the amount of money we are in the club we are, the size of club we are, we should be challenging on all fronts because we have all the resources and all the tools available. These men just don't want to put the things and the people in place to do this. And that's the most frustrating part. Because we spend enough money, we just spend it poorly because we have idiots running shit.
No, I just deep United squad depth now. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'd have to like go and look at it, but like just going off face value, I don't even know if you have better squad depth than us now. Like, that's how mad it is.
It's way worse.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, people, we are going to close out the show. Flawless, serious question. Did you study psychology? No, I didn't, Black Diamond. I didn't study psychology.
Weird, I did.
I didn't. I didn't study psychology. Why do you ask that, Diamond?
I studied biology, though, guys. I'm a science person, believe it or not.
Let's go, man. I'm saying you like Rick and Morty out here, fam.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Sure, man.
Is it good?
Rick and Morty's cold. It's so good.
Right, the fact that you said it funny.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious.
Right, the fact that you saying it's funny and you have a similar sense of humor to me, I'm gonna I'm gonna check it out, 100%. Like 110%. But yeah, like I said, with United, we'll see. So it could be announced Sane, or we'll see. But it's not as bad as we think, and it's never as good as you think. We just need to put the pieces in place. So I'm hoping this Raul thing, the rest of the season, we'll see how it goes. And Black Diamond said something about not signing anyone major. But the thing is, my issue with that is United should already be talking to who the next manager is going to be. There should already be that conversation should have already happened about the style and we're going to play and the type of player who should be coming in. We should be putting players in place and things in place for that manager. If it is Ten Hag or it's Poch or whoever it is. But that's us just working backwards. Why are we waiting for the summer to then go get the manager, to then go get the players? Like, no, bring them things in first. Why can't we sign a central midfielder that fits the next manager?
Look what City did with Pep. They brought his staff in, they brought the players, and he wanted the season before.
Facts.
And they brought Sterling the season before.
The whole backroom staff they brought in. Yeah, they brought in everyone for Bas. Why can't we do that? Let's say it's Ten Hag. Why can't we bring just a scout in? That's his guy. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. Just a board member who's his guy. Just one of the coaches or something. Just saying basic. You don't have to be 5'6". I'm just saying 2 or 3. Why can't you ask it? All right, what type of midfielder do you want? Oh, this midfielder, all right, we'll try and go and get such and such. Because we're going to need, even with the midfielders we have, we still need 2. If Donny leaves and Pogba leaves, that leaves us with Matic, Fred, McTominay, Bruno. Like, that's thin. That's extremely thin. Like, we still need 2 midfielders. And to me, that's not quality. You know what I'm saying? 3 out of... None of them should be starting for us. To me,
Ten Hag, they have to get Frenkie de Jong. Like, by any means necessary, they have to get Frenkie de Jong. If Pogba's good as well, Frenkie de Jong has to be a must.
Yeah, like, when I think about it, we need a whole new midfield. Because none of those are good enough for where we want to go to. As first teamers. Shit. They're saying 3 midfielders all to come in and play for... Like,
yeah,
we need a centre back.
He can't be a starter.
Yeah.
He has to be relegated.
We need a centre back. That's 4. Arguably a left back. 5. We need a striker. That's 6. You're talking half a team. If Martial leaves, we need a winger. Who's going to play on the wing? Sancho and who else? 7. What a mess. All right, let me stop. Man, the realization just hit me then. Fuck it. I got something to talk about today later on in Man United still. Jesus. Yeah. We move. Well, yo, Cams, anything you want to add before we leave the stream?
Nah, I'm not gonna lie, I've got nothing to add.
I can't find no stress. Yo, Pio, what are you saying?
Champions of Europe. That's it. Also, guys, ball is the bridge on Friday, but I won't be there.
Yeah, ball is at the bridge on Friday. Like I say today, which is Thursday, people, 5 p.m. UK time, Man United podcast. So I'll be talking all things Manchester United. Then starting about 5 minutes before kickoff, you get Wolves versus Arsenal watch along, which I will be late to. Then after that, you will get, after that? Probably some form of stream on Twitch, gaming stream. I don't think there's no basketball. The reason why there's no NBA watching on because the games aren't good this week. So then,
Games
yeah,
are fucking terrible, guys.
they're awful. So yeah, you'll get either FIFA Pro Clubs or you'll get GTA Online. And Friday, you will get me, Stats, Facts, and Vibes. Myself and my good friend Statman Baines will be back. I'm saying Q&A, answering all your questions. Gonna try and put an In the Mud show on Friday as well with talks, because obviously we didn't do it this week because of Premier League fixtures. Ballers at the Bridge, which is the Chelsea show. Peter won't be there. But anyway, if you missed anything I said, check out the upcoming live stream schedule, people. Lets you know all the shows that are coming up on the channel. So go hit the notification bell for all of the shows coming up. And then weekend, we've got watch-alongs galore as well. And we do have, actually, I won't be there, so we might have Lakers Warriors. So we're going to see the Warriors.
We will have that. We will have that on
Are you jumping on?
Yeah, I'll run that.
I'm going to try to get back, but I can't guarantee I'll get back. But I'm trying to get back.
Yeah, we'll run that. We'll be around.
Because I would actually like to see, whether I'm out or not, I'm going to join the stream.
Yes.
And the Lakers are down 20.
Lakers going to get cooked. We need that.
Yeah. I'm saying in that. But yeah, large up everyone that has locked in. And this has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in.